course, Robert is first in. Thank you, Robert. Josh, good to see you as well. All of you so active today in chat on our Discord. We appreciate that. We're kicking off here in a couple of minutes. You're seeing a new starting screen. It is not the new starting screen. I like some of it. Other parts of it I'm not in love with, so we're going to keep working on it. So you'll see some changes next week. But I like the dragon. The dragon looks good. Thanks, Josh. I'm glad you dig it, my friend. Thank you, the honored first.
I want to make an account just for the fun of it now and say the honored second.
Hello, Manda. Thank you for the host, Josh. And as we prep here, we're going to kick off our sponsors in just a moment. And we're excited tonight. It's going to be a fun night and a night of some import, as we will discuss momentarily. Hey, Toriano, thank you so much for the host. Enoch, I need my coffee, my friend. Thank you to all of our sponsors. A host coming from Robert as well. Don from Tales Tavern, thank you and good evening to you. I've got your mug in my hand. Hey, Art of Mike Disney, lots of stuff to talk about with you as well. Thank you for the sub. Let's go, Mike. Happy birthday, my friend. Mike Disney turned 50 today.
Happy birthday!
Looking like a spry young lad. Utterly inconsistent with that age that he claims.
Is it just me? We're not having my like Lilith sheath out and like in front of me and ready, and there's like nothing. Like I have like nothing in front of me. It's really weird. I feel like I should have something in front of me, but there's nothing here.
I still have a lot in front of me.
What do you have in front of you?
You've seen my notes.
Oh yeah, never mind. I haven't even gotten there yet.
I'm like at 11 pages in my document.
Bro, you want to come write the other like 10 pages for me?
Not even 11 pages, you knave. You malcontent.
Oh, sigh. I like this music, by the way. Very nice.
Yeah, Adrian Von Ziegler, as always. I love this guy. He puts out so much free content, no DRM. Just really appreciative of his work. So thank you, Adrian. Hey, William, good to see you. Pat, Cry Havoc. All right, so one of my documents is not popping up. I don't care. We're just going to play the game tonight. So here we go, kicking off with our sponsors as we ready for the spectacle, which is Greyhawk Awakening Book 2, New Beginnings, Episode 1 of 57, highlighting the growth of this campaign. And let me kind of draw this down and kick over to our sponsor screen. As I mentioned before, thank you for everyone joining us. We've got 32 folks on already tonight, and we are still having more changes that we're going to be doing here in the next few weeks. So some things will look new, some things will look old, but all will look new here in the next week or two. We want to say thank you to all of you for being with us, all of our sponsors. We're not going to go through each one. I've got an unboxing to do tonight for Mantic Games, but I'm going to save that for the break because I really want to get straight into the action tonight with these players. So we're going to try to really attenuate the length of the intro, but let's look at Kings of War because we're doing an unboxing tonight for Mantic Games. Got a huge box right here. It's all taped up. I can't wait. Thank you to Mantic Games, makers of Kings of War, and all of the terrain crate materials. They are awesome. Ferox Fabrication, makers the artisan for wonderful magnetic mini holders, wet pallets, DM screens, shields, coasters, laser engraved wondrosity. It's not a word, I just chose it anyway. Thank you, Darren. I know that's a little bit loud, Robert, but I like it anyway. I'm going to let this one go because it sounds good loud. So. Check them out. All the good stuff. Their Etsy channel. We also want to talk tonight about Mike Disney. Mike Disney will be featured on Greyhawk Awakening. Virtual Greyhawk Con rather, coming up on October 1st, that Friday night. The Overgord, the material from Satrascorn, Bill the Master Crafter. It's going to be a fantastic night. We cannot wait to feature it. And we have new giveaways from Mike Disney as well. Multiples of the Overgord minis here. This is the Mantic Games box I have to unbox a bit later on the stream. And also tonight, our big giveaway is this guy. Original glossography, Greyhawk. It is just gorgeous. All the books, all the materials. You know that you desperately, desperately want this. And so we're going to give this away tonight, and it's going to be a fun night. Before we jump into player intros, I want to remind all the PCs we're in a new book tonight, so no mention of classes yet. We're going to let the audience guess, and not anything really about backstory. So just be about appearance, perhaps weapons, armor, and I'm going to give you a chance to kind of dive more into that as we jump in the game. And we're going to get started really quickly here into the gaming tonight. But also a chance just to mention that escapism is important. We all have difficult things in life. 2 days ago, I was puking my guts out. We all have personal issues and struggles, and we love this game because it gives us a chance to join together with community and friends, have fantasy stories, and just have a good time. And let's do that tonight. And before I jump into anything else, I would like each of my players to talk about their other projects. So I want to talk about Children of Dirt, Extinction Curse, anything else that NPC Voices is doing, and what All Theater Evie's involved with. Rory, he's helping us now with a new podcast, and he's involved in some other stuff, some eating and healthy, cool stuff he's doing. And then, of course, the DM's Quest, she's involved in all kinds of stuff. So let's start off tonight with Josh. Tell us about Children of Dirt and all your other projects, Josh.
Hi, so I'm Josh of NPC Voices. On Monday nights at 4:30 Pacific and 7:30 Eastern, I run Children of Dirt. It is a somewhat low magic campaign. It's a mix of just very grungy, hardcore D&D, easy death, and currently only 2 players, but about to be adding another 2 players in at some point within the next month or 2. And then on the sides, I've been running tons of one-shots for female and non-binary individuals within the community. So if you see me live, it's most likely I'm either playing The Witcher or any other video game I've been latched onto, or I'm running these Nerd Borbs one-shots, which have been just crazy. I write a brand new one-shot for every single group, so it's nothing repeated. But it all happens within the same world that the Monday night campaign of Children of Dirt is happening in. So,
and that's fantastic. But I want to ask you, Josh, like I tuned in last night. I tuned in some of yours and Terry's streams. It didn't feel low magic to me last night. What happened with Teppy felt different.
So Teppy was a break in the veil. So there is low magic, but there are areas of gravity, I like to say, because magic in my world is like energy. It cannot be destroyed. So instead, magic, this is the time of the spell plague, but in my world, it's called the Sunless Era. So magic, which once was like guitar strings, has now been broken. So the guitar strings are still there, just you could get harmed if you try and reach out and harness magic. However, it's a lot like warlocks in a way, or clerics, is that there are creatures or entities within the realm, within the world, that have a large gravitational magic pull to them. So if you're within that field, then you're somewhat under their veil, and you can take as if a warlock, if they allow you to, their blessings. And so last night, Teppy was finally revealed that she might not be human. She might be an angel or an Aasimar of sorts, and that she's within the care and the borders or the field of the 12 angels that she prays to, and has officially earned her first level in her class, which is she's a cleric now.
Yeah, no, I like that. And I think she might not just be human is an understatement. When her wings sprouted from behind her, I think that was a pretty good hint. All right, let's go to Terry. Terry, talk to us about the stuff you're working on, in particular Extinction Curse.
Of course. Over on Magic ED, Monday nights from 10 to 12, we do Extinction Curse, which is a Pathfinder 2E campaign. Evelyn is part of that, along with 3 others. They are 4 adventurers as part of a circus troupe who are dealing with some things that are happening around the Isles near Absalom, which is really kind of exciting. And they are still all living, which is actually kind of surprising given what they've done at the beginning. Additionally, we've started building up miniature painting streams, although they've been on hiatus for the beginning of the semester, as I've been very busy with new students this semester. But just to give you an example of some of the things that I've been printing, this is one right here.
Oh,
Horsemen
wow.
of
That's
Death.
gorgeous, Terry. Oh, my goodness. Look at that.
And so I've been working on those and begun painting them and really excited about that. So, and I have another stream in the works. I've got a couple of people who have already said they'd be willing to do it. I'm still working on a couple others, but it won't start probably until the end of October after I'm finished doing the Addams Family.
Okay. All right. Very good. I'm also enjoying the mug here from Don of Tales Tavern. He is a supporter of all things Talespire, which we'll be using tonight, and Don is a good friend of the show. Terry mentioned 3D printing. Tomorrow night is our LMA on 3D printing called Summon Monster, and we'll do many of these, but we've got Patrick Fraley17 coming in-house here. He's going to bring a 3D printer. We're going to do a live giveaway of some 3D print, and also we have Mike, DM Dingbat, who will be joining us. It's going to be a fun night tomorrow night. Rory, talk to us about what's going on with you.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, John, doing the editing to the VODs right now to pull the audio, clean them up a bit, and then prep them for being put on a podcast so that everyone can listen to them, right? We see the comments all the time about, whether you're at work, driving, whatever the case is. So now being able to stream them a little bit easier through audio. And then the other thing, as you had mentioned, John, working on a site and app for nutritional eating, from everything from the eat all you see kind of diet to whatever you might pick. The point is really a nutritional assistant in your pocket. The 80% of the work that just makes it cumbersome, I'm doing all the tedious things in the background to just let you enjoy food is my goal. Just enjoy food. I hated it for so many years, and now I enjoy it. Not as much as Vivi, but I still highly enjoy food now, much more than I ever used to. So my goal is to help other people be able to enjoy it and eat however they want to eat.
That's awesome. Thank you, Rory. Vivi.
So kind of you to say that I have lots of things going on because I don't have anything going on. Except for the stream. I will be on Josh's nerd stream at some point. We haven't picked a date yet, I don't think. Josh
Looked baffled when you said that, so.
Oh. That's okay. But yeah, that's about it. That's all for me.
All right, thank you. And that's the DM's Quest on Instagram.
Oh, right, yeah. I'm the worst.
Yeah.
Sorry. I am the DM's Quest on Instagram. You can find me there. I just do mini painting and any kind of D&D stuff that I want to share. That's all.
Fantastic. All right, Evelyn.
Hi, I'm Theater Evie on Twitter and Instagram. I am on Blue Box all the time. I am part of all of the streams, and if you see our social media, I'm usually the one doing those fancy posts. Also, like Terry said, I am part of the Extinction Curse campaign on Monday nights on his channel. And yeah, that's kind of my big things right now. I do make props as my thing. That's something I enjoy very much, and I like to mini paint and stuff too. But you can check all that stuff over on my Instagram.
Check it out on her Instagram. And also know that Blue Box Con 2 is in planning and will be happening next year. And I think there are going to be a lot of folks there. Most everyone that was there last year said they're coming back, and a lot of new people are coming. So yeah, the same. It's new character art. That's right, Mark. But it is the same great crew. Should be fun. Again, referencing the giveaway tonight, which is the Glossography World of Greyhawk original box set in pristine condition. It will pain me to part ways with that, but I look forward to giving it to a worthy viewer tonight. So please hang with us. All right. With all of that said, let's jump into character descriptions. So first of all, you begin in the Great Kingdom, and we're gonna do a little give and take here with the players, because we have a lot of new D&D fans, a lot of 5e players. I know we have many Gen Z players and that watch this stream. We also have a lot of the old school players that love the lore of Greyhawk, and I am so grateful to these PCs if you viewers could see the backstories that were created. I've joked about the pages. The pages are not the relevant point. The content, the research, the depth of development. These players are churning through Greyhawk lore at a massive pace. And of course, we're using the wiki quite a bit. So check out the Greyhawk Online wiki. You've got the Orth Journal, but it's everything that's out there these players are going through. So they're not going to give you those backstories tonight, of course. But as we begin in the Great Kingdom, I'm going to Q&A with the players just a bit. What did you discover as you researched the Great Kingdom? Any of you? Hey, Patrick. See you tomorrow night. Oh, what? So,
You guys are so shy. It's cute.
Evelyn and Terry, you're the last one. Oh, no.
Well, I mean, when you begin doing research and not going in depth in my character, but my research expanded not just the Great Kingdom, but even farther reaches, and just trying to learn about the different areas and how they came to be, and understanding how you can travel through these lands and what it takes, and the rivalries between different factions. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff there.
Yeah, so Roxas, of course, was the imperial city in the Great Kingdom, and we're talking roughly 586, which was a good 20-ish years ago. So right, we're past living Greyhawk in our campaign. We're in the early 600s. You had an incredible magical event that occurred when Ivid the Undying was confronted, and in this confrontation with Patriarch General Parenden of Hextor, I think is his name, confronted Ivid the Undying, and in the ensuing conflagration, the entire city was consumed in an arcane, just sublimation. Some suspecting, even Mordenkainen himself, saying a planar rift that might have taken the city, but no one is sure. So in our game, this would be common knowledge to all of you who have traveled through these lands. The city of Roxas, where its geographic proximity was, it remains. But massive verdant walls of arcane magics lift into the sky, high into the clouds. So high, it's difficult to tell, but you can slightly see there might be a slope, as though it's a dome, but a dome that goes beyond your vision. Many an adventurer has tried to plumb the depths of Roxas inside those arcane boundaries, and none have returned. Also, there have been many tales, some validated, that from these walls come abominations, which create travesty upon the surrounding countryside, all through the Grand Wood to Relastra, and all down to the south to Sundi. There are awful things which belch forth from the corpse that was Roxas. As you think about that, the Malachite throne, which was the seat of so much evil that poured forth from this place, is now silenced, and Ivid the Undying has not been seen. Each of you are now in Relastra, and if you're watching the stream tonight, one of our mods, Robert, is popping the wiki links in the chat. This is something we wanted to do this time for GHA because we do so much about the lore of Greyhawk. So I sent him several links that I knew we would discuss in the preparation. He's popping those in the chat. So you don't have to look at them now, but you can grab them, save them, and look at them later. Each of you, independently for your own reasons, have found yourself into the city of Relastra. Now, what did any of you find about Relastra?
Yeah, the alignments are either neutral or evil of some variety. There are no good aligned people within the city of Relastra for the majority of the city.
All right, so that's a great way for us to start. And I'm going to say in this game world, that is close but not entirely accurate. The city itself and its rulers, Drax. Drax is lawful evil, and he has a Tanari minion, which is well known, and still as an animus, he exists. He's not going anywhere for a long time, right? So he's not subject to aging. So you still have the rulership of a lawful evil group, which means that Relastra is deeply steeped in evil but structure. It is the evil of tyranny. It is the evil of the Inquisition. It is the evil of law beyond all measure and reason. And yet, as we talk about these different quarters, the barbarian quarter is different. The barbarian quarter, now the city of Roxas, is more than 70, 75, 80,000 people strong. And better than a fourth, almost a third, even more than a third of that is in the barbarian quarter. This is an area which is allowed a certain amount of free reign inside Relastra as an homage from Drax and the overlords. That free enterprise brings commerce into the city. So the docks of Relastra spread goods all over the eastern Flyness. And this is where we begin tonight. You are in the barbarian quarter of Relastra. It is much like any other city, although there is still this undercurrent of crime, of evil, but it is not what you see beyond. As you look beyond the walls of the barbarian quarter, you see bizarre structures. You see buildings which almost defy nature. No, not defy, challenge nature, challenge the very gods of nature. In the common and the old quarters of Relastra, these buildings angle at odd structure and different things that jut and point and almost defy the skies. They churn all about the city in a way that catches the eye and gives you a sense of disorientation as you look at them. But here in the barbarian quarter, you find something that is much more familiar to each of you. It looks like a vibrant city you would find anywhere else in the Flyness. And as we begin here in Relastra, I'm going to pull up the scene, and we're using Tailspire tonight, but I don't need you to log into it. And I'm going to kill this background music. And we officially begin Book 2 of Greyhawk Awakening. I can't wait. On the horizon, you can see the Solnor Ocean, a massive ocean, its depths unplumbed by mariners of any continent, spreading out. The docks of Relastra, as I mentioned earlier, carrying goods all across the Flyness. Here, all of you are in the the Garden of Delights. This quarter in the barbarian area includes all kinds of commerce, mercantile goods. There are pubs, there are houses of some repute, we shall not say ill repute, that spread throughout this quarter in the Plaza of Delights. I would like each of you now to describe for me what you look like, and none of you know each other yet. Well, there's one sort of minor exception we'll get to in a second, but you don't really know each other yet, and I'm going to hone in on your Tailspire mini as you do this, acknowledging, of course, that Tailspire is still growing their asset content, and Hero Forge integration is nigh, but we still have some minis that don't really look like the minis they should look like. Let's start tonight with Maori. Tell us what you look like.
It should be Moria.
Moria, that's what I meant, sorry.
Moria, she stands at 4'2". She has very long red hair that is braided and secured at the bottom, two braids secured at the bottom with large metal pieces that are engraved with interlocking rings all around the surface of them. She is wearing a shining silver breastplate, polished to pristine condition. She takes great pride in the quality of her armor and her equipment. She carries a mace and a shield with interlocking rings upon the surface of it. She wears a very long white cloak with a hood hood, though it's down currently. Around her neck, she wears a necklace with two silver interlocking rings that are bound by a leather cord, and everything is finished off with some golden robes that hang past the bottom of her breastplate, leather breeches, and leather boots. That's what she. Oh, and I almost forgot one thing. And over her right eye, from her eyebrow down to the bottom of her cheekbone, there is a thin scar that runs the full length that only is super noticeable if the light hits it just the right way.
Well done, as always, Evelyn. And so much of the conversation in chat was about a beard. No, she has no beard, and not all dwarven women sport beards. And so whether it's her age or just her genetics, there is no beard here upon Moria. Any other comments you have about what she looks like, Evelyn? All right. So I'll show everyone here on the screen what is actually visible and who's seeing what. So I'm going to pull this back up on Tailspire. Here in the marketplace, I already showed you the out view, which showed the ocean. So here is Maria. She's walking along a stall here outside a place called the Lucky Lady. Next to the Lucky Lady, she sees a figure that stands outside this establishment as though he's warding against unwelcome visitors. And in perhaps the most inappropriate mini I have for Tailspire tonight, just doesn't really work, but it's the closest I could find. Josh, tell us what Liam looks like.
So, as Liam stands outside Lady's Lock, he kind of pulls up his wrist a bit, looking around, checking out his boys, making sure they're all positioned in the right places to be able to make and keep an eye on all the goings and happenings on this fair street. But Liam, he looks like that of a fighter. The brim of his nose is fat, having been broken multiple times. His jawline is thick and sharp with a bit of stubble that always seems to adorn it. His hair is a dirty blonde color and usually kept short or, if ever long, pushed back, either short to the scalp or semi-long on top. His body is lean. He doesn't look like a massive or buff guy, but his body's chiseled and has only a few residual scars on him. On his left forearm, you can see multiple puncture marks that looks almost like it was a bite. And then on his left hand, you see that he only has 4 fingers, missing his pinky. And then he's wearing right now, there we go. He's wearing a thick studded leather overcoat that drifts down almost like a trench coat, and the collar's flattened against his shoulders. But inside he wears a nice fine vest with a white shirt and a tie underneath it. And then same thick leather pants, and then a little bit above the ankle, fine leather boots.
Moria, as you walk forward, you see this, and you cannot help but sense that this human is putting on airs. By the way, the chat is also blowing up. Yes, referencing the brim of your nose and the introduction of your character is ironic. But you see this human, he is chiseled, everything that Josh described, but the sense of his garb, his clothing, it appears as though he's trying to be more than he is. It's just so obvious to anyone that looks on. Now, just beyond the two of you, there is another that stands by a market stall that has various pies and dishes. And on this market stall, there stands next to it a half-orc, a female half-orc. And you'll notice here on the Tailspire screen, I've taken and I put all the bases for the PCs in yellow tonight, yellow-orange, so you can see the PCs, they're all the same color. She pulls a melon off the stand, sniffs it, fangs jutting up gently from her teeth. Vivi, tell us what Rizia looks like. You're muted?
be easier to hear me if I was not muted. Rizia is 6'2". She stands 6'2". She has green skin, hazel eyes, and brown hair. She stands very proud and kind of just like surveying the area. She a lot of the times always just kind of leaning back, her great axe hauled over her shoulder, and kind of just scans the area and surveys the area. She's not shy. It was very well known of who she is. She is a half orc, and people constantly give her looks, and she is not ashamed of how she looks. She will be standing there proud. She's wearing leather armor, and yeah, like I said, she has a great axe. You can see her clothing there. I don't have as much description as you guys do, but that's
No, that was great. That was perfect. So here is the mini for Rizia. Again, we just can't wait to get these Tailspire minis assets installed inside the system. This does not do justice to what she looks like, but it's close enough for government work here tonight. Then we also have, opposite these stalls, in the central of the palisade of the barbarian quarter of Relastra, this fountain does not sprout water. A stone fountain with various gargoyles, stone creatures that look part bird, part monkey, wings with claws that extend across the edges are seen, and the fountain itself is dry. On the inside here, this is where much of the mercantile takes place. And inside here, the braying of a donkey, the chickens clucking across the side of the courtyard, there is a tall and swarthy barbarian. He walks by, perhaps, looking a bit at the stands, but also his eyes scanning as though he's looking for something. Terry, tell us what Taldar looks like.
Before you stands a human barbarian, 6'4" tall, and approximately 240 pounds of muscle. His hair is long and ragged, black with white streaks flowing down his back and across his shoulders. Within his mane, several sections of hair have been tied together with red straps. You can just make out that though his hair is long, the sides of his head are shaved with tattoos present. He has a short beard, straight and hanging, with a slight mustache. Braided within his beard are a couple of wooden beads and totems. His face is painted. His skin is coppery toned, muscular, though he does have scars that show the rough way of his life. Along his left bicep is a jagged scar as if an axe had cut deep. Additionally, 2 thin scars about 3 inches under his right eye. Finally, on his left lower leg, it appears as if at some point his leg was burned and scar tissue is evident. Around both forearms are cloth wrappings held together with leather straps. Over the top of the wrappings on his right arm is hide armor running down towards his knuckles.
His uncles.
That's a weird one. There are roughly 2-inch straps wrapped around his biceps. His chest has another tattoo, red in color. A strap runs from the left side of his belt over his right shoulder. On his left shoulder, a small hide pauldron protecting his non-dominant shoulder. Around his waist is a leather belt holding up a hide covering over the top of a green cloth skirt-like covering that hangs to above his knees. His legs show the same strength and muscle that his upper body shares. His feet are covered by hide boots that run up to about mid-calf. In his hand, well, at this point on his back, a great axe. Finally, around his neck, a small stone hanging from a leather strap. On the stone, some indecipherable symbols.
Well done. And the most important thing I took away is that Taldar does not skip leg day. There is one more to reference here today. Almost inconspicuous in stature, a child walks along the right side of the palisade and then heads toward the the southeast end of the Palace of Delights, and Plaza rather of Delights, and he seems to be eyeing the lucky lady. He walks with subtle attempts at inconspicuousness, but still seems to swagger a bit as he moves behind a tabby cat that strolls across the courtyard. Tell us what Anaho looks like.
So Anaho is all of 2'11". He has crystal blue eyes, and dark black hair that touches his shoulders, contrasting with the pale color of his skin. Protruding slightly on both sides of his neck, as if it's somewhere under his shirt, his shoulders are protruding lines or possibly undistinguishable tattoos that are on there. He wears a deep navy blue shirt and dark brown pants. He has no shoes on and very hairy tops to his feet. He does either wear or carry his cloak with him, and depending on the situation, may or may not see what he's carrying as far as weapons.
All right, and so with those intros begun, and of course, not all of you have seen each other, although everyone with the exception of Taldar is on the same side of the avenue. So you've all seen each other sort of milling amongst the crowd. I would like each of you to tell me, and I'll let you go in any order. In fact, no, I'm going to start with you, Anaho. Tell us what you see inside the courtyard and what you're focused on.
So where I'm at, I'm keeping a bit of a distance, but for the most part, watching in the vicinity of the entrance to the Lucky Lady. Not overly close and not overly obvious, but whether I'm mingling and peeking over to see what kind of fruits are on the stand, or every now and then glancing over that area. In general, keeping an eye over there, seeing an individual that's trying to look tough, I guess, standing in front of the door.
As this muscled, chiseled, and scarred figure moves back and forth, I'm going to ask Liam to make a perception check.
Yeah, sure. I don't see a thing. I rolled a 3 on that die.
Great start.
Actually, you do see something. You note there is there's an interesting scene happening here on the south side of the plaza. This dwarf woman walks forward, and she's bearing holy insignia. You don't recognize the god, but it stands out to you as something odd here in the city of Erlastra.
Liam sees her. Right? He's gonna like puff up his leather jacket and look over at a few of his spotters and just kind of lean nodding towards the dwarf woman. And he'll lean against the pillar in front of Lady Luck and will put his arms up, kind of flex a bit and lean down, letting his clothing drift a little bit so his collar's showing, and kind of will undo his tie a bit. Oi there! You looking for a good time?
So Moria, you'd already noticed this sort of flexing, posing fellow, but now he calls out to you from down the hall.
She'll get a little closer so she's within talking distance of this person.
You see the heavily mailed and sturdy but winsome dwarven woman comes closer as a heavy-set lass with a basket moves past. She looks over. Watch out for that one. He's just after working women. And keeps walking past.
What sort of daft fool are you? Exactly.
Depends on which daft fool you're looking for.
Do you frequently go soliciting women of the cloth?
You see, I'm not exactly sure to be seeing too many women of the cloth before us. I usually see the women without the cloth, and that's a problem.
All right.
We got gambling inside if you're interested.
Not one for losing my coin, thank you.
If It's always a good share. You can pop in there, get a bit more, double, triple, quarter times your coin you put into it. If that's not your thing, I'm not going to press so. You're a lady of great high standing. I'm not going to keep you too long or press to you any further, my lady, but you definitely seem like a lady of class, and I just want to make sure that you're being treated quite right while you're within a fine area of the Barbarian District.
Thank you. I think.
As he will like bow deeply, letting that tie once again drift and almost fall outside of his vest as his collar opens. If you need any short favors, you know where to find me. Here at Lady Luck. What's your name for me? Or do angels not have a name?
You see her take a moment and look away a little bit and just ponder the situation. You can call me Moria, and that's it.
It's been a pleasure, Moria. My name's Liam. And I don't got a last name, so yeah, that's it for me as well.
All right.
As this exchange occurs, you, Rizia, the melon that you pull off the stand, it's actually quite ripe, and in fact something that is more sort of pleasing than you're accustomed to in most cities. Tell us what else you see, and I'll let you respond to what you just saw there. But beyond that, what else do you see inside this courtyard here of the barbarian quarter of Velastra?
Rizia is busy ogling the melons, obviously. I'm just kidding. She would be standing just in a position where she could really get a look at the lay of the land, just trying to get an eye and see. She's always kind of looking for work, so if there's any kind of board, she would kind of be over there looking for any kind of work or jobs. Anyone seeking help, essentially. If she did see that exchange, she would kind of just be standing there, probably leaning up against something, again, battle axe just over her shoulder and just smirking.
Yeah, so as you place the melon down, the merchant in front of you, well, it bought a silver piece. If you give it to me, I'll gladly give the melon. We won't find a better melon anywhere in Rostra. More silver. It's all it's one silver. It's not much, really.
Okay. And she'll go through her bag and just like flick the silver piece at him.
He smiles ear to ear, revealing gaps in teeth, some blackened, but a genuine sincerity of mirth in his eyes. And he says, "Good on you, thank you, lad. You enjoy the melon. It's wonderful, wonderful. From the south, Sunday Kingdom produced the marshes, the melons that come from the marshes. In fact, there's a place, they say, that has the arcane relics that makes these melons glow like with wonder, like sugar water inside them. Nothing like you've ever tasted before."
And with that, she'll take the melon and like crack it on her knee and open it up. And with she's looking at him very judgingly, she'll take a bite out of the watermelon.
All right, as you crack it open, it's not actually a watermelon. It's a melon you've not seen before. It does have a green skin, but that green skin is mingled with orange stripes and dots all over it. As you pop it open, rather than a watermelon, which would have that nice red hue with dark seeds, this is something which is a more subtle greenish hue. The seeds themselves are yellow, and as you bite in, it is in fact the sweetest melon you have ever tasted. You feel a sense of comfort, of warmth, and there's a thrill that shoots through you as this hits your palate. Even at the same time, you note this strange dialogue taking place between the holy dwarven woman and this obviously overdressed bouncer that sits in front of Lady Luck.
And she will walk towards, curiously towards them.
All right. the taste of this amazing melon still dripping on your tongue. Of course, the strange words of this merchant about the relic and what grows these melons. Let's move to Taldar. Taldar, you're looking at blades, shields, weapons that sit on this merchant's desk. As you look around, you see they're of middling quality. Your tribe would have much better, not for having better equipment or better forges, but for care. These look slovenly constructed. And a seedy-looking merchant walks over to you. Anything I can give you, sir? Oh, you're needing weapons? You look like you got right proper weapons already, but I got many here. I could give you more. You got coin, I assume? You look a bit dangerous, actually.
Toldar stares at him for a moment. Eyes narrow. Studying the merchant. He looks down. And moves away from him.
Oh, talkative one, are you? Well, I don't need conversation, but if you got coin, just grunt and slide a coin my way, and we can find what we need.
Toldar looks at him again. No. And moves on.
All right, so he's no fool. He sees this look in your eyes. He puts his hands up, kind of gives Taldar the once over, noting the scars, the strange markings, the huge axe, and well then. And you see there is something that's beginning to happen here on the northern part of the plaza. As you walk past, leaving the weapon merchant behind, you see a little girl that comes walking down the stairs. She has blonde hair, a simple red dress, and she turns and begins to walk past some barrels. You see she's holding something in her hand, furtively clutching it.
And she's just walking past. There's no reading of...
The only thing that catches your eye, and I'll show you the angle, you can kind of see it here right. If you're watching the screen. It's sort of through this angle right here. It is just, she looks, as I said, furtive. She's clutching something as though she's trying to hide it, doubled over a bit. And you have seen theft. You know the signs of someone that is trying to be cautious before, and you see her moving down these stairs and toward the back alley.
And so Taldar will walk in the direction past the trees that are on the left, just trying to keep an eye on her, trying to see what she might be up to.
You see she looks frightened. But then you also note, Taldar, that there is a full-grown man with a mask and an open blade that's coming out of the alley, and you make no mistake about the look in his eyes. He is watching this girl, and he is moving toward her. She has not seen him.
All right, so Taldar's going to make his way towards the girl. The entire time this is happening, Taldar's eyes are darting around, watching the entire plaza as much as he can keep in. He's keeping an eye out for any other movement that may seem out of the ordinary. You can tell that he does not look comfortable in this setting. It is not an area that he's necessarily accustomed to, but he's going to move in the direction of where she is. On his left side, So she would be on the right side, creating a bit of a, almost placing himself in the direction so that he would eventually be in between the two.
All right, so you kind of move forward. You place yourself in. You see she licks her lips. She glances about nervously. You see she's holding what looks like a piece of bread, and she's clutching it to her chest. Even as you watch this scene and you see her move, no one else seems to be paying attention. But as this figure, clad in leather armor with a blade, comes from behind, you see he's got the bottom of his face covered in a mask, and he has some sort of insignia that looks like a blade through a circle on his chest. But he's not moving too terribly quickly. He just follows behind her. As she looks around, she glances at you and just hurries on forward, and you see him following her menacingly.
All right. And you said he's holding a dagger.
He's got a dagger that's open but he's also got his hand on a sword at his hip.
All right. So Taldar's going to continue making his way. Again, not necessarily in a motion to attack or anything, just continuing to eye the situation to get close enough to the figure. So he's going to want to actually move to his left there.
Okay, all right, gotcha, all right.
Yeah. And continue moving, and at some point he should be able to separate the figure from the girl, and he wants to bump into the figure.
All right. As you step forward, roll D20, please. And let me have the rest of the party. Let me see here. Let me look at the scene and make sure. I'm going to say not Moria. She's got her back to this. Everyone but Moria, please roll D20 as well.
19.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
New
Too
character, I
busy
still
looking at
roll
the
the same.
3. Okay. Easy for you to say, as you step forward inside the plaza, and again, we are in midsummer here. It is just a few days from Midsummer Festival, so the air is warm and humid. The sun hangs midway on the horizon, casting an amber glow with shadows that extend long now across the barbarian quarter of Verlastra. You step forward to this figure, and as you do so, your eye is keen, Taldar. You see another figure that is moving from this side. He steps out from behind the wagon. He was cutting off the route of escape, and he takes note of you. He has a heavy shield and a morning star in his right hand, bears the same insignia on his chest, and now suddenly the moment has grown tense. Now, you're not quite to the one you wanted to interrupt and sort of bump chest. This happened right before that, but I'll let you respond how you want to. You see the girl go wild-eyed. Only among you does Rizia see this. Rizia, again, you are not comfortable in these civilized quarters. The ways of these humans, the Iridians, the Sul, all of the stock, even Renee, that move all around, they play games. They're not honest in the way the people of the wastes and your people have been. But you know danger when you see it. And amidst the movement of normal marketplace travel, people buying and selling, feeling and smelling, testing, then you see something odd from the corner of your eye, and you see this figure, as I've described, moving out, and a large human with markings that look very interesting to you appears to be moving in a way that he wants to intercept a young girl standing in between, even as you see another figure step forward. What do you do, Rizia?
She'll take another bite of this watermelon, and again, just wipe her mouth along the sleeve of her arm, and she'll just cautiously walk forward. She's assessing the situation, but she's not going to interact, but she's going to move close enough. If she does need to do something, she will.
Okay. All right. Back to you, Terry.
Taldar reaches back, grabs his axe slowly, not as if he's going to rush again. Takes it in his two hands. Taps the very top, oh bugger, I can't think of the word of it. And knocks it on the ground a couple of times.
The hilt?
The pommel?
No, the other end. There's a name for the ball, the top of a great axe, and I can't think of it off the top of my
What'd you
head.
say, Josh?
He
No, I
calls
said
it the
the tip.
tip. Yeah.
The head.
And so,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
So he taps it on the ground a couple of times,
Stop,
trying
Vivi.
to actually get the attention of both the humans and the they're both in masks, correct?
No, just the one that
Oh,
came
just the
out.
one?
Yeah, they both
Okay.
have the same insignia, but just the one that came from this alley has, and it's not a full mask, it's just covering his face, the bottom of his
Okay.
face, rather. Sorry.
So he'll tap it, and he'll look at the girl. You there, young one.
Roll diplomacy. The massive, scarred, tattooed Northland barbarian walks up to this small child, calls out to her, and rolls a
18.
Nice.
Not bad.
She stops. You see doe eyes, brown. She looks up, she blinks, tears rimming at the bottom of her eyes. Sir, they've been following me. I'm afraid. Can you help me, please? And she kind of sidles closer to you. You see the one with the mask. He now takes note of you for the first time. He turns full face on, even as the other one advances, not too quickly, but a bit of menace to him. And the one with the mask, he pulls it down. You see cruel lips, dark eyes. The left side of his lip is pulled up in a permanent leer with a scar that has gone across it. His dark hair is peppered with gray on the sides, and his eyes carry malice as he looks at you. You meddle with things you know not. I suggest you just be along, lad. No place for uncivilized here, and this is official business.
Eldar grins. He removes one hand from the great axe, showing that he can still hold this single-handedly, and takes his other hand and takes the girl and just pushes her around his back before he grabs back hold onto the axe with his hands.
He pulls his mask back up, and muzzled, you hear his voice. Oh, I have it your way, lad. This will be quick about it, and trust me, when it comes to official business, the law of Velostra is the law of the sword. The other one steps forward, and Taldar, we go to initiative.
That's terrible.
It's terrible.
Is it
DM has a 2 on the die.
I rolled a 1.
Oh.
Do our advantages carry over?
Yeah.
Doesn't help with the initiative though.
No, and we have no. We got lots of viewer snipe, but no. You guys were late with the advantages. Thank you so much. I don't know what that is. I got strange messages popping up here. I'm going to ignore them. I think all is going well. By the way, audience, I've not asked because I did not want to ask, but I'm assuming the audio sounds good tonight. It sounds great to me. Let us know how all of you feel it sounds. So who is that for, Pat?
Terry.
That is for
Put it in
Terry.
the
All right,
next-
Terry, you have advantage, but obviously does you no good now. This one steps forward, pulling out the long sword from the sheath, and he attacks.
That one.
Literally, my first roll of Greyhawk Awakening.
No,
book
that's a
2
20.
Is a
That's a
nat
20.
20 on the die.
F me.
Unfreaking
Thanks,
believable.
Amanda.
Thanks, Amanda.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Manda. That's an advantage for each of the players.
I swear.
What's your armor class, please?
It is 15.
15.
Swear.
All right, it is not a crit, but it is a hit. And the blade slices through your leather armor. You take 6 points of damage. You feel warm blood flowing down your hip. The other one steps forward. As he does, we're going to provoke an attack of opportunity because you were readied. So go ahead and take your attack of opportunity on the second one as he approaches. I'm coming to the rest of the players now because obviously the sounds of combat are ringing out here in the Plaza of Delights. An unusual sound here.
15.
15. That is a... Hang on. Let me double check. That is a hit. Roll damage, please.
That is 11 points of damage.
Ooh. All right. So, Taldar pulls back a massive swing of his axe. As this one comes forward, you shatter his wooden shield. Splinters go everywhere. The iron band pops off, boom, clatters to the ground. It bites into his arm. He grimaces in pain as blood spurts out of his left arm and he staggers back, not dead, but badly damaged. Now we go to you, Taldar.
All right. As a free action, I'm going to go into rage. So what everybody will see around is you will see Taldar's muscles. They will flex a little tighter than what they've been. You'll see his eyes narrow even more as he gains focus on what he's doing, and he will scream. I'm also going to use power attack as part of my attack, and we're going to attack the figure on the left, the one I did not hit with the attack of opportunity.
All right.
And that will be... Let me make sure I turn both those on. Yep. Okay. That will be a 18 to hit.
Oh, that is definitely a hit. So even as you yank your blade out of the arm, thank you very much. You got a level 3 hype train we're working on here. Thank you, TTPRG Academy. So many others, the advantages, the gifts. Ian Dabin, I don't think I've shouted you out before. Thank you so much for being with us. And we appreciate everyone jumping in today. It sounds like the audio is good. Everyone is seeing all the screens. I think we're off to a great start with Book 2, and it is just the very beginning. You yank your blade out of the arm. You turn to the other one, even as the splinters fall to the ground from the wooden shield. As he slides his blade through your ribs, pulls it back out, you swing, thunk! Your axe sinks deeply. Roll your damage, and I'll tell you where you hit.
19 points of damage.
19 points of
19.
damage?
Would you like to know how it happens?
Yes, I would like to know how that happened.
All right.
Please, you're a level 1 character. Please tell me about that.
My great axe is a 1d12. Additionally, with power attack and rage, I will read what they say. Power attack first. You choose to take a -1 penalty on melee attack rolls and combat maneuver checks and gain a +2 bonus on all melee damage rolls. Additionally, because it's a two-handed, it's plus 50% more. So you're getting plus 3 damage right from there. And then from rage, we gain... I did a bunch of research. I find it. While in rage, Barbarian engage. That's the plus for the hit points. Barbarian cannot use any charisma. Where is it?
Thank you. We're almost to a level 4 hype train tonight. Continue on, please, Terry. Thanks, DM Samuel.
Yep. So my ability bonus, because my strength now with all of this is at 22. Mm-hmm. So the total math is my ability bonus is a +9 power attack +3 for a total of 12. That's the +12 plus the 1d12.
All right, and we won't make you do this each time, but I thought it was good because I know the math, I know barbarians, I know rage, and you're using. So Terry, for everyone's benefit, it's pretty clear now with the rage that you're a barbarian. If they didn't pick it up earlier, so that class is revealed. Are you using any elements of the OG Dragon Mag, Unearthed Arcana barbarian? It's just a pure 3.5 barbarian.
I'm not sure. I went with looking through a lot of the research, and this is just kind of what I came up with. I don't know what the difference is, honestly.
Yeah, so I'll look at that with you. I think you've already pulled some things in. I love it. I sent you an article on that too. So
yeah, I've read.
Wonderful.
Now, what this does mean, my AC now is down to 13.
Right, your AC drops, your strength goes up because you're careless, right? So the barbarian in his rage, he's not trying to protect himself or herself. They're just laying about. We've seen this from one of Evelyn's characters as well. Very commonly does this. So the most important thing, well, there's two important things. One, thank you to all the Mad Chatters. You guys are crushing it tonight. We appreciate it. Yes, we love some 3.5. We love some Greyhawk. We got all kinds of cool Greyhawk lore that's kicking off here. But we also love hype trains, and we are just... we are 50% away from a level 5 hype train, which would be a great way to start out tonight. I want to say thank you to everyone. But what I also want to say, Taldar, tell me what it looks like.
Yeah.
So Taldar, with the blood dripping from where he was cut, you could see the rage in his eyes. And this great axe, he's 6'4", and it is large in his hands. As he comes around after the first hit, taking care of the shield, he comes up underneath the chin of the second victim and slices through his jaw up through his face, with blood spurting and brain matter falling.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. TTPRG, DM Samuel. We are 217% of a level 5 hype train. I don't want to disrupt the ambience and the immersion, but I am so grateful to the fans. We're having a lot of fun tonight. Thank you to all of you who have joined tonight, new followers and lots of new subs. This story is only going to get better. I think it is safe to say the rest of the party has noticed what's happening here. So as a jaw flies in the air, blood splatters, you hear screams coming from the plaza, and yet there is an almost rote sense to these screams, as though the macabre violence is not all that uncommon in Relastra. And as people scatter, you see this young girl is clutching to the leg of this barbarian, her eyes wide, as this one, and thank you so much to our friends at Tailspire. We now have permanent knockdown effects. Let me find the right one. Not that one. I did the wrong one. Let me go back. No, cancel. It is the status. That's it. Knockdown. Boom. So we can now put the enemy on the ground.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's only getting better. Trust me, guys. This is going to be freaking amazing as we continue to grow it. Blood splatters everywhere. And now, let me switch over to, let's see who's closest. It would be you. Rizia, you were already moving toward, you saw this encounter. Now you see it breaks out in violence, and in fact, gory violence. What do you do, Rizia?
She will approach, still eating her watermelon. And Great Axe again, just over her shoulder. It looks like he's got it handled, but she's gonna walk over to the one that's the first one that he hit. That one's still. Is he down? Is he up?
The first one, no. The first one is up. Yeah, his shield is shattered. His arm is bloodied, but he's still up.
Okay, so she'll.
I can't waste a good watermelon. That's right.
No, you can't. Apparently, it's the most delicious thing in the world. So
it's really good. Yes.
So yeah, still Great Axe over her shoulder. She's still eating a watermelon. She's going to come around, so that Taldar could see her. But come towards the one that he attacked first.
All right. As you walk forward, you see everything I described, or everything Terry described earlier with Taldar, as he pulls his axe off the headless corpse, now severing through his axe dripping. You see the scars, you see the strange markings on his body, and there's a rage in his eyes. You recognize he is in the froth of blood and battle vigor as you step forward with melon dripping from your chin. All right, let's go to Liam. Liam, you were just engaged with this pretty young dwarven cleric, clearly by all the accoutrement that she has, and her head spins and turns. You see this violence behind you. You're no stranger to violence in the courtyard of the Plaza of Delights, but the nature of this violence is quite shocking and sudden. Liam, what do you do?
He's gonna, time to work, as he's gonna push his tie back up and run around you, like, say, he'd probably, if like her head turns and she sees all this happening behind her.
Yeah, well, she hears it at the same time you're moving past. So Moria is going to turn around as you go past her.
Oh, sorry. Be careful. As he's going to run past him, he's going to, how far can he get?
Well, is he going to run?
Well, if he can find an improvised weapon nearby, he's just going to grab it and throw it at the other guy like, hey!
Yeah, so you have no weapon on you, correct?
He has like 2, but most of them are just up close weapons.
All right, let's see. So you move past the stand there on the left, and as you do so, you run forward, you yank, and let me see what you can find. You're able to pull an apple off the stand.
Liam just grabs it, takes a bite, and then just like chucks it as hard as he can at the tribesman looking guy. There's a guy! What you doing? You know this is my area?
All right. Well, I need you to do that again with the sound of an apple in your mouth, because you just took a bite of it.
Apparently the fruit here is delicious.
No, this one is not nearly as good. I'll tell you that right now. It's a somewhat wrinkled, desiccated apple, but oh my no! Oh my gosh!
Hey, what was the
I can't believe you just put handled dice in your mouth.
Those are the lucky dice.
Okay, and so as you chuck the apple, I'm gonna let you roll when we come back from the break. We're gonna go to our one and only break tonight here at GHA Book 2, and I am just incredibly humbled tonight, not by just the fans who have absolutely crushed it. Thank you so much. A level 5 hype train, 300%. Kayla came in there, Time Lord's wife, at the end and really pushed us over the top. But all of you, it means a lot, and every single dollar times 10 goes into this stream to continue to improve what we do. We really, really appreciate it. But as our party now, not yet a party, but as our disparate adventurers explore the Plaza of Delights inside Relastra, we have a combat that is unfolded as a young girl tried to escape with something clutched to her chest, clearly what looks like a piece of baked bread. And as 2 accosting men came from either side, they met with Taldar the Barbarian and have already suffered some unfortunate events. We'll resolve the apple toss of Liam when we come back from the break. We're also going to kick off our giveaway when we come back from the break, which is our World of Greyhawk setting here. The glossography, it is gorgeous. And you're not going to want to miss this. I'm going to do the unboxing. This gorgeous Mantic Games box. I cannot wait to see what's in here, not just because it's fun for me, but because it's fun for all of you. There will be many giveaways here for all of our fans in Blue Box, so you're going to see this after the break. Also, if you missed it earlier, I want to remind you that we're here, and I want to inform you that we're not, that some of the new scenes and whatnot were not ready yet, so all the artwork is ready. Obviously, you can see the gorgeousness of Frederica's artwork. We'll talk about that. I want the players to be able to react. So when we come back from the stream break, we'll do a little bit of unboxing, a little bit of giveaway prep, and a little bit of talking about Frederica's last artwork for all of our players, and let them react to what they've seen. And we'll be right back here at Blue Box in just a few moments. Blue Box, Greyhawk Awakening, Book 2. We'll be right back.
I just want to point out that I think that's the most damage I've done since I started here.
That was better than Shorewind or Rin
That's
ever
insane.
did. Yes.
Yep.
Oh, thank you,
And he's
Mod of the
level 1.
Chef, for joining.
Yeah.
I was really hoping to roll a 12 because 24 points of damage would have been awesome.
Well, no, 19 was epic. You're level 1, dude. So
I know. I built him to do some damage if you didn't know.
Yeah, you hit him once, he's gone. Gosh. I mean, Liam, you hit Liam once, he's gone, so please kill him.
No, this is what's in the Forgotten Realm. Oh, so Scott's talking about what? What's he referring to back up earlier?
Cook it.
Greyhawk, where at?
Oh, thank you for the follow, Crockendor. Got many new mad chatters. Hey, we're honing in on 1,400. I don't know where we're at. We're getting pretty close. I know we're not the biggest stream in the world, but I think we have the best fans and the best players. I am just so grateful for everyone. There's lots of good D&D streams out there. Enjoy them all, but I cannot help but be proud of what we have here at Blue Box and this crew and these fans. So we'll be back. Let's call this a 4-minute break, and we'll be right back. We'll leave the mics hot so you can chat with our players as they get up and down for their bio breaks, their coffee, their water. I still have not had dinner yet, so I'll do that after the stream tonight. But thank you so much. And Rory, I can't wait to get that podcast up, my friend.
So I just looked. My base attack bonus is 1. My strength modifier when I'm in rage and power attack is 6, and then I have a -1 from power attack. So, jeez.
How much does rage increase your strength modifier at this level?
4.
Okay. Because that should go up as you level, I
Yeah,
believe.
and it increases my constitution
Mhm.
by 1 or 2.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah,
'Cause I know at level 8 with my Scald, the Raging Song gives me +4 strength, +4 con, +4 to will saves, and -1 to my AC.
yeah. And it brings my will saves up to +3, which
Yeah, it's awesome. that added like will save bonus is so nice because there's so many times where like when you're that type of fighter that you need to save against those will spells.
as long as I don't have to reflex save because I am only +1 and it ain't gonna look pretty. And this is why I'm happy we have a healer because 13 AC when I'm in rage is oh god.
Oh, that's right, because regular rage is -2 to AC, not because the Raging
Yeah.
Song's only -1, which
Yeah.
is a nice difference between the two. And you don't get fatigued from the Raging Song.
So Marahish, this is actually Pathfinder setup. So we
Yep.
do
Bloodwild
3.5.
just shared the edition of
Yeah, 3.5e as a base, but it's a mix of lots of things.
Yeah.
This isn't Warhammer. No, this is not Warhammer.
So,
Fan art.
so question for the two of you.
Yes.
Yep.
Right. So when I was looking at different weapons, right?
Yeah.
And then on the weapon in the app, right? It says whatever the weapon is, and then attack bonus. So I have never really used weapons until now because I.
Oh, right, because you're a caster, yeah.
So does that attack bonus apply? So do I roll my
It-
die and then add that or something?
Yes. Yep. If you're looking at your weapon, so my attack bonus on my great axe right now with my rage and power attack is +6.
It's
I
your
roll
base
my-
attack plus your whatever your main modifier is for attacking.
Yeah. So you roll and then you add via the app whatever it says your attack bonus is.
Okay.
Question, Terry, are you using the app right now?
Yes.
So if you press rage, does it change all your stuff on there?
No.
or
So do you see the conditions part?
yeah.
Click that, and you can turn on rage,
Oh.
and then it'll change your stats. Yeah,
Right. Okay.
I found
good,
that
good to know.
today, and I was like, "Oh, this makes this so much easier."
I know that's what I was thinking too. I was like trying to go back and
See-
forth, but I thought the app should have something like that.
Yeah. Mine's included in my trackers.
Oh.
So you
okay.
have, so you do have to. Well, no, it's in the tracker too. You have to subtract from the tracker, but it doesn't turn on the conditions.
Oh.
You have to manually then turn on. the
See,
conditions.
with the raging song that I have for my scald, if I click inspired rage and turn it on, then when it opens up, there's a little thing a slider to turn on to activate the updates within that same tracker bar. Like I don't have to do it anywhere else.
Yeah, mine's like that too. Oh,
Yes.
you can't
Wait,
see.
how do you get that on dark mode?
I live
Mine
in.
is.
It's in
I
the
know, I always live in dark mode, too.
settings,
All right, I'll be right back.
and
Oh, options.
I can't remember.
Always under the
I always
setting.
have it in I have it in dark mode too. I just can't remember how to.
I know. How do you do that? I always see. I like everything in dark mode too. That's why I was like, dark mode.
Yeah, I'm dark mode with
do
everything.
that?
Now, were you guys
I know,
talking
I
about
dark.
rage in RPG Scribe and effects?
Yes.
And yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so helpful. I'm
So
gonna
you
go.
don't have to do all the math yourself. It does it for you.
Default. How do you get it in dark mode? Me so jealous.
Yeah, so a quick hint there for all of our viewers. We love D&D Beyond. If you're a 5e player, that is the obvious default. Use D&D Beyond. It rocks. But if you're playing 3.5 or older editions, it can be tough to find automated systems that really do a lot of what D&D Beyond does. RPG Scribe, not a sponsor. I don't have stock in them.
I love them.
But they have a fantastic tool. Works on your iPhone, works on an Android, works on an iPad, and it automates a lot of the stuff for the older editions to give you, not the full D&D Beyond experience, but really helps with the character stats, the conditions, the level ups, the skills, the attack bonuses, the armor classes, all of it automated inside of RPG Scribe. So a really cool tool. Dark mode your soul. That's right, Chris. Chris, I want to say thank you again. I am loving the glasses that you gave us. Those inscribed tumblers are fantastic, and we're gonna have more giveaways of those here on Blue Box coming up. Pat Draws, thank you so much for being in our chat. Again, thank you to everyone for all the incredible gifts and subs. I've not been in our Discord. Is there any new fan art, Pat? I didn't mean to put you on the
Yes,
spot.
there
Did
is.
put in. He'd added fan art.
All right, so I'll pull up
Awesome.
the fan art here. And then we're going to get ready for the giveaway as well. So let me pull this up.
I can't find it. I don't remember where the dark mode setting is in there.
All right. Hey, good to see you. Love the healer. So while I'm pulling this up, any questions from the fans about this area, the Great Kingdom, which is now a divided kingdom, split with the fall of Roxas, the Malachite throne subsumed inside this arcane aura that now covers it in this verdant dome. Presumably, there's a slight arc, but it goes so high it's difficult to see from the ground, from which abominations pour and into which nothing returns. You have the northern and southern kingdoms warring. You still have the power in Relastra. Drax maintains as an animus his iron fist over the city, but they are inside the barbarian quarter of the city, which has a certain degree of freedom. It feels much like many other areas of the Flyness. Commerce is allowed. It is a place that is clearly intended to allow free trade for the purpose of coin. To allow income and commerce into the city of Relastra, even as the lawful and the evil, the worship of these gods exists inside the common and the old quarters of Relastra. With all of that, thank you again, Robert, for popping those wiki links. You can check those out if you want to see any more about this. There is so much lore inside of Greyhawk, and we want to share it with all of you. Pull up Nightbot. Okay. And there we go. Logged in. Giveaway. And we're just going to do one giveaway tonight. Because it's a big one. It is this Greyhawk boxed glossography I've already shown, so I won't pull it up again, but I will pull it up on the screen so you can see here. This is our giveaway tonight, and as I prep the Nightbot, the command, users, keyword, will be exclamation point. What else? Greyhawk. So you type exclamation point Greyhawk in the chat. That should not kick off any of our other commands, correct, Evelyn? I don't think we have any of those that...
Sorry, the Greyhawk? No. Yeah.
So exclamation point Greyhawk will not kick off anything else. So you post, I'll click it here in the chat as well. And that's it. So you pop that in, you are entered in the giveaway for our box set glossography, which will happen a little bit later in the stream. It's not going to be a long night tonight. It is really an introductory stream to get these players and this new story going. And so we're going to jump right into that. Now, the boxed unboxing I have here from Mantic Games. And I do have my handy dandy X-Acto knife ready. And hoping not to do what Taldar just did to his enemy and make myself bereft of life and limb. I'm going to try to cut this open. Mantic Games, makers of Terrain Crate and Kings of War, fantastic sponsor. Martin, really communicative. I love our sponsors that are super cooperative, communicative, constantly telling us, what they like, what they need, what we can do to help them, and always willing to send us content to help for our streams. And that has absolutely been Mantic Games. All right, here we go. Again, type exclamation point Greyhawk in the chat. So many things, so many things. Okay. So we have inside here the Graveyard, the Terrain Crate Graveyard box set, which includes all of these goodies. You've got the Mausoleum, the Crypts, the Gates. There are in this 18 pieces. Really cool. That will be appearing soon. You have the Gothic Grounds, a 10-piece set, which includes trees and terrain that go around it. That's a super cool thing. So the Gothic, thank you, Mantic Games. We have Servants' Quarters. Every servant needs quarters. This is an 11-piece set. Includes beds, armoires, cabinets, chairs, all kinds of accoutrement to go inside your gaming table. We have, here's a big one. Dungeon Depths, a 73-piece set of everything you need to torture your players with, to effect the proper TPK, as the ever mysterious Tim has been begging me to do tonight. So this is an awesome 73-piece set. We have the Gothic Manor, a 35-piece set. Here, all kinds of, you're running House of Strahd, you need some Strahd stuff that's not just digital, you need physical, all kinds of cool looking Gothic manor pieces here to make your table shine with vampiric beauty. We have Kings of War. So now we get to minis. We have a Greater Air Elemental. These Kings of War minis are stout. This is nothing small. So, I've got a typical sort of full-grown man hand. You can see this is a big set here, a large Greater Element. Yeah, stop it, Josh. And then we've got the Mutant Rat. Oh my gosh, I might have to keep this one. Mutant Rat Fiend. Look at that. That's awesome. I would love to see what Mike Disney would do with that. Mutant Rat Fiend. Gorgeous Kings of War mini. Big mini as well. Big mini. That's an oxymoron. And then the bathroom and kitchen set. Great place for your psycho scene inside your game. And you got the bathtub and all the other stuff there. Very cool. And then we have three more real quick. The Trident Realm Knuckler. Looks like a Naga, kind of. Pretty neat thing. And then a cavern dweller, another awesome miniature, and then, oh, no, 2 more, sorry. I said, so Ogre Warlock. Thank you for the Ogre Warlock, another great mini. And then the last one, Kings of War. What is this? This is, I'll save that for next time. I'm not going to tell you what that is. All right. So thank you to Mantic Games, makers of Terrain Crate and Kings of War. We appreciate that. Please support them, all of our sponsors. They do so much to help our stream, and we wanted to spend just a few moments and really just kind of run through that and say thank you to them. All right. Artwork. I wanted to ask each of you your thoughts on what Frederica has created for your character. And it's okay to be critical as well. She would not mind. So how close is this to the vision that you had for the character? And I'll pull each of these up. And let's start with you, Terry. What do you see when you see Taldar here in terms of you've got the tattoos, you've got the scars, the facial paint? How go ahead.
Yeah, no, it you know, there is it's very, I mean, you saw my description and you saw my mood board that I sent with my reference images. And you know, it is what I was looking for. It stylistically, as an artist myself, my style is different, so I always look at it from that point of view. So stylistically it's different, but as a character goes, it does what I wanted it to do for the character. I wanted it to be strong, powerful, intimidating, kind of searching. As you know, my backstory is, I don't want to go too much into that, but you know, it very much gives the impression what I was going for that character.
No, I think that's well said, Terry. And when you talk about stylistically different, that's kind of what I wanted to dive into. And that's okay. Again, Frederica, she's an artist, so she doesn't mind these different. And because she is moving on with the next chapter of her career, we're going to be looking for a new artist. And so I think it's good for us to talk about this. Someone who can do my style, I like a sort of gritty realism. I'm not looking for hyper realism, but I like a sort of a gritty realism to the artwork. Stylistically, what would you say you like, and what would you have done differently with this character?
So for me, I like volume, a little more volume. I don't know if it'll make sense to anybody who's really watching, but with my clothing, I like my clothing to, when I draw, kind of stick out from the body a little more, to be to have more volume, to have more weight to it. Where this image, the clothing tends to stick very close to the body, which is again stylistically just different, and so it follows the form a little better. But that's hard to when you're trying to describe what you want in a character. It's hard to fit that description. And as an artist, one of the things that I like to do is let an artist do their artistic vision. And so for me, that's why I think the character is captured.
No, that's well said. Thank you. All right, let's go next to Rizia. Vivi, you and I talked about this character a lot. Tell me what you think of Rizia.
I love her. She's the best. I sent the reference photos, and I think Federica did an amazing job. Just on her skin tone, her stance, her body language really tells a lot about her and how she is, and just her facial expression. Like I said, I wanted her to be a little bit like. She wanted to kind of look like she had a smirk on her face, but like also if you try her, she'd kick your ass kind of thing. So I think her stance, her body language, her outfit, always good. I love, Federica always says, I don't like to hypersexualize my characters in clothing as well. So Federica always does that really well when I ask her to be modestly covered.
Yeah, and Frederica is good at both. Like she is great at making very
both,
sexualized characters, and she's also but she's great at doing this.
Yes, which is great. So I still you still see her form and her shape, you know, but you can't kick ass if you don't have armor on. I mean, you can, but you know. you'd probably get injured more. So I think she really portrayed her really well. Also, just based on the 3 photos that I did send, she did take elements from all the photos that I did send and input them into this wonderful piece of art that she had created. So, and also I did say that I would like her human half to be of Asian descent, which she did beautifully.
Yeah, I think that's, I'm not saying, obviously, well, I don't know where I'm going to go with this and not be bad about it, but like, I see the most appropriate sense of vague resemblance to you, Vivi.
Right.
Like,
I think so too. I see
yeah,
it as
like you're a, okay, I just got to stop. But anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, I just think this is well done, and there is an homage which is ever so subtle to you,
Very so
which
subtle, yeah.
I think this was cleverly done by her. Mark said he stands Rizia. I like that. Also, Steve, I didn't know that. Steve mentioned the Ogre Warlock was made as a tribute for a longtime player of Kings of War who passed away this year. That's super cool. The folks over there at Mantic Games, they're just good people. And then Mark Views also said Taldar has a torso that he needs to study in slow motion for artistic reasons, of course. Thank you very much for the sub, Bill. We appreciate that. We got a first time. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, we can allow that. No worries there. All right, let's go to you, Evelyn. Moria. A very interesting character. I really like what you did with the artwork here, and I saw the back and forth that happened between you and Frederica. How close did this character hit to what you were after?
Oh, it's extremely close to what I wanted. She definitely nailed the visuals that I sent along. The only thing I'm a little sad about is her scars missing from the final artwork, because it was in the draft that she sent, but it's not there in the final piece. So that would be the only thing. But
what was it again? What was missing?
Great. Her scar over her eye.
The scar is not there. You're right.
It was there in the draft that she sent me, but
well, I will have that fixed. No worries. But I love the rings and just everything.
And I love that she got so much like of the sense of like how pristine that she keeps herself, because that was really important to the nature of who this character is and a lot of what of her background is, as John knows. So, yeah.
All right. Liam, this was the most problematic of all of the figures. I had no more back and forth than I had with Josh, who is so particular. And this was an interesting one because, as you know, I despise anachronisms, and I did not want someone who looked like a businessman, but you did have dress garb. If you're looking at classic medieval tropes, that's fine. If you're looking at, any of the extensions of that in many of the gaming systems, it's appropriate for a dress shirt or a tie, a knotted piece of cloth around the neck. But the pose, the hair, Josh had like down to every last detail. So Josh, talk to us about what Liam looks like.
So Liam has a lot. Liam's just a butthead. He like you were saying earlier, he puts on airs. He wants to look good, but at the end of the day, he wants to fight. He's going to get into a fight and he's going to end up tearing that clothing off of himself as he looks in this photo, whether it's going to be for work or for his other work. So either way, I like the disheveled look to him. I like how he has his arm up, almost ready to like jab out and maybe do a cross on the other. I love his stance. He's got wider legs instead of it in back of one another. I like that he's side, 45-degree angle with his legs. I love him. I love how his chest is showing underneath the shirt.
Athletic stance. Yep, exactly. All right. Well done. Yeah, and I think he's fun. I like the scars. I like the missing finger. I think she captured the sneer or sort of the cocky look that you were after. Let's shift to you lastly, Anaho. This was one, I think the last time you saw this, you had one more desire, which was to limit the amount of hair atop, and I think she did a good job of that. I actually think this one from the draft turned out the most different in a good way from the drafts, but what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, looking at just like the racial features, I think it was hit because I'm pretty sure even the feet are in this and the hairy feet. So like the ears, like so it's hard to say for me as I stumble over this because of the reference pictures I sent are not perhaps possibly not easy to pull from. So the character was developed out of something different than just a picture to say, hey, pick some of this garb, some of this garb, some of this garb. Here's the personality. So in general, I think it captured his personality that he probably isn't going to show a lot, but it's kind of that inward, and then the details of the tattoos kind of poking out of the shirt, but not so much that you understand what's there. And then yeah, he's well kept, but he's not pristine, but he's not dirty.
Yeah, we only have one pristine. That's Moria. All right. So jumping back into the game, we'll resume the combat. I just wanted to take a few moments and celebrate the artwork and talk about art in general. So if you're an artist that thinks you can sort of not mirror, but do something which is an accompaniment to the gritty, pseudo-realistic but gritty style of Blue Box, I'd love to talk to you. And yeah, I'm glad the audio is good. I think everything's going really well tonight. So thank you, everyone. And let's jump back into the game. All right. Players, you saw the bloodshed, the absolute carnage happening here in the Plaza of Delights inside Relastra. And I've already gotten reactions from Liam, and we have Moria, who is turned. We have Rizia, who is right there close. And the only one I have not talked to yet is Anaho and what he's doing. But let me come back to Liam, who has... you don't have to put the dice back in your mouth, Josh. But he has an apple that he has taken a bite from, and he prepares to chuck it at the other man who is now standing next to the barbarian.
There we go. Silent spell. Gosh. I will, of course, use my advantage to chuck this apple. It is only right that this happens. So that is going to be a 2 for the first roll.
We only have one apple.
Oh, no, I use the advantage.
Oh, I see. Okay, gotcha.
Apple with advantage.
Yeah, apple with advantage.
AA, apple advantage. That is going to be, would it just be, plus my dex, plus my modifier. That's going to be a 16 to hit.
All right. As you see the second figure turn aside, blood spurting from his arm, you hit him squarely with this apple. It does no damage, but it splatters on him. It draws his attention. Now we're going to go to Anaho. Anaho, what are you doing?
Yeah, there we go. Just looking to see. I'm a long ways away.
You are. You're at the opposite end of the courtyard.
Little tiny legs. If I move 10 feet to the right, do I got a clear sight of line all the way to the individual?
No, not even close. So if you look at that, so I've moved you 10 feet to the right. Let me come down now and get your sort of line of vision. Look at this. You got all kinds of people in the way here. You've got the dwarven woman running down. You've got a passerby, a sort of a normal pedestrian, mercantile person who's moving to the side. You have this woman who I referenced earlier who had warned Moria about Liam. She is moving to the side as quickly as she can. You've got then the half-orc woman who's kind of swaggering forward in no particular hurry as she enjoys her melon. So you do not have a clear shot.
That is so disappointing. Because if it would have been there, I would have taken the risk.
I mean, you can. Oh, so let me restate this. When I say you don't have a clear shot, I simply mean there is risk involved. I'm not saying you can't try. You like you like glimpses, but you know everyone's moving. There's combat here, so it's all sort of fluid. If you want to try to fire, shoot, throw something in between. Now keep in mind you're a good 70, 80 feet away, so it's got to be something that can go a good distance. But you could.
The wayward arrow.
What's the range on a short bow?
Yeah, you could fire a short bow.
I need some different dice, but okay. Sorry if I hit anyone, but I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use
Liam.
advantage. So
So that's a good. I'm going to call it actually closer to 100 feet. For a short bow, that's a healthy distance, but you can try.
Okay. So I'm going to quickly sidestep to the right as I settle in. Pull my bow and breathe and fire. That is a 23 to hit.
A 23.
Yep, I got a 16 and a 19. Yep.
Okay, that's
Plus
a
the
hit.
Attack bonus is a +4. So.
That is a hit. All right, roll your damage, please. I'm
It is
fixing that right now. Thank you.
Incredible 1 point of damage.
1 point.
It's a D4.
Strong. Strong work.
It's actually still an impressive shot. You're coming from a long way away. You're weaving it through a lot of traffic. You angle your bow just right. It careens off the shoulder. But as you do this, you also note something. And let me just fix this here quickly, because I did have a duplicate character title. No big deal there. Fixed. You see there is another figure that stands atop the stairs, has stepped out from this landing behind the trees, and is leveling a crossbow straight at the barbarian. All right. Anyone that has not gone this round? All right, go ahead. Moria, yes, you were moving forward, but you have not done. So what are you going to do, Moria?
Okay, how far am I from the one that everyone is attacking currently?
So let's pull that up here. You are... So let's call that 40 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna move 10 feet and then I'm gonna cast a spell.
All right. Cast away.
Okay. She's going to step forward and she's going to grab her holy symbol and she's going to say, "You, come here." And she's going to cast command approach.
Wow. Okay. The DC saving throw is?
Will 15.
A 15 will save. All right.
Yeah. And I will use one of my advantages to disadvantage his will save.
All right. And I don't think I've been given any advantages tonight, so I'm disadvantaged.
Whoa, don't go begging for
No, I'm not. I'm just
advantages,
noting. It's too late. They can't now. But I will roll 2. And whoops. Drop that one. And take the lower of the 2. We played together long enough. You guys know I would not fake this. I rolled a 17 and an 18 on the die. I don't even need any
impressive.
bonuses. Here, I can... It's the black one and the silver one. 17 and... Hold it up there if you can see it. 17 and 18. Whoops, he rolled on the die. You usher the command toward him. You see he shakes his head. He locks his eyes on you. And he's distracted for a moment by this, but he does not move forward. You also see this other one stepping forward on the platform above with the crossbow leveled at the barbarian. And with that, we'll go to initiative.
I lost last time, so.
Yeah.
So it goes to Rizia.
Let's go,
You
Rizia.
got this, Rizia.
Oh no, summoning Tim is bad.
No, don't summon Tim.
DM has a 3 on the die.
Nice.
Hi.
Oh, okay. Tie.
I
All
have a
right.
3 too.
Reroll.
DM has a 2.
I got a 2 as well.
Oh, okay.
6.
DM has a 5. All right. You have initiative. We're going to start with you. And Taldar, you're in immediate melee combat. So go ahead and roll perception as well.
All right. That's gonna be a 17.
All right. You do see this other man who has come out here on the landing. You see him leveling the crossbow, even as you see this one whose shield you have shattered. You see this arrow careen off his shoulder. He turns towards you, pulls back that morning star. What are you doing?
Okay. Can I? No. Yeah. No, I'm gonna attack the one that's near me. I see him, but there's nothing I can do about him,
Okay.
and I need to take care of the one that I'm protecting.
All right. Roll to hit.
We're gonna roll with advantage.
As you
because,
step forward, you still feel the little girl. She's clinging to your leg. Not enough to limit your dexterity, but you can feel her.
It was a 24 hit.
Okay, that's a hit, Taldar.
All right.
Terry showing off the combat prowess tonight.
Only 18 damage this time.
Hey, thank you, Ida my bear. Bean, I'm glad you like that. All right, Terry, for the second time tonight, I would like you to describe it for me.
All right. So Taldar is standing there with his axe. He has just finished off the first one. He peers to his left, notices the one with the crossbow. Shakes his head for a moment, pulls back, and takes his axe, slices down into the shoulder blade where the neck meets the shoulder, and just slices as far in as he can. While he's doing this, he looks at the little girl who's off to his right. Go! And finishes off.
Blood splatters across the little girl, but she seems not to mind as she clings to your leg. But she has not let go of that piece of bread either. There are now shouts and screams echoing throughout the courtyard, and we still have the man with the crossbow atop, and I believe I just received disadvantage from Moose. That was not very nice, my friend.
I don't think he specified if it was advantage or disadvantage because it.
Yeah.
it could
Oh,
be
you're
either.
right. Yes, for
It just says
John.
for you.
That's right. Okay, you're right. Is that advantage or disadvantage, Moose?
Let's go with the latter.
And if you're, by the way, you may be hearing little hiccups in the audio. I have one of the applications
Advantage.
keeps launching and then stopping and launching and stopping, so we'll get that fixed. But all in all, Dyson Gaming, thank you for joining the Mad Chatters. You are now part of the most elite chat group in all of Twitch D&D, the Mad Chatters, and it is advantage for the DM.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go to Rizia. You're closest. Rizia, you see all this happening, but you did spy the other one atop the landing.
She will approach the girl if she can.
Okay.
Still eating her watermelon or whatever it is.
Not a watermelon, but yeah, close enough.
And she'll just, if she can, she'll try to tap her on the shoulder to see if she'll have a conversation with her.
All right, you step forward. She's clinging to this massive barbarian's leg as he hews and cuts and splatters blood and gore and bits of bone splattering all over the plaza, his axe slinging the gore back and forth. As you tap her on the back, she flinches and leaps away, not knowing who you are, and is now beside the barbarian. And you see she produces a small dirk from beneath her garb. Even as she clutches the roll in one hand, she has this small blade in the other hand, and the look in her eyes is almost feral as she is startled by you. Now let's go to Liam, what are you doing, Liam?
Liam can see all this crap going down. Just hit a dude with an apple that he was killed. He's gonna look up towards the dude with the crossbow. Can he run all the way up to the guy?
Yeah, so you got a 30-foot movement rate, right? But you can sprint as well. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So you can sprint. You can get there to him. You will not be able to attack if you do that. But you can get all the way up those stairs and be face-to-face with him if that's what you wish. Now, should he shoot his bow, that would provoke an attack of opportunity from you because you are getting there right as he's firing.
Cool. As I get up to him and as he's firing, I was like, I won't do that. He's just killed 2 of your friends.
Okay. All right. Let's go to Moria. What are you doing, Moria?
All right. So seeing as her command did not work the way she wanted, she's going to kind of sigh a bit and say, "Great, I'm going to try something different." And she grabs her holy symbol again and focuses. Berenor, bless these people. And saves against fear.
Oh, so I had a brief connection issue there. So would you repeat that again? You cast Bless, is that right?
Yeah, bless. So everyone now has a +1 on attack rolls and saves against fear for the next minute.
All right. And the range on that is what?
It is 50 feet burst centered on me.
50-foot burst, and let me just double check. You're going to get everyone, and I'm assuming you're not going to catch Anaho. He's too far behind.
Okay.
But you do catch the rest of these folks who are intervening on behalf of this little girl. All of you suddenly feel this wash of divine aura over you. It is a strange feeling. None of you have felt this before. Liam, in your experience, you've had really no touch with this sort of divine power. You had shamans, Taldar. You had your seer in your tribe, but this touch that touches you is different than anything you've experienced. You, Rezia, you have no damage. You have no nothing. Even as you're enjoying the sweet melon, it's like this divine aura just cascades over you, making the melon all the more sweet. Anaho, what are you doing?
So now, I don't have a shot on this guy anymore, do I?
Oh, you got a much better shot on this guy than you did on
Even
the other
with
one.
Liam right there?
Yeah, well, my point is you've only got one person you might hit besides him. So you might get you might get Liam, but you don't have a whole crowd of people.
Between the two
Do
of
it.
us.
Yeah.
Do it.
Look, Liam Neeson wants to be a cook anyways.
Yeah, let him be a cook. Just kill my character, I beg of you.
So he's not directly
Liam
between
Neeson
me
wants
and
to be
the
a
target?
No, he is, but the target is on the upper landing of the stairs. So if you
okay.
want to, so you're here for our viewers. This is an Aho. This is the target, and Liam is on a lower landing of the stairs as he rushes up. Again, simultaneous action. So you can try to arc that bow up. You do run the risk of striking Liam.
Yeah, that's fine. I thought he was on the same platform, so
Not yet.
I will, and I don't have an advantage, so good luck, Liam.
No, too much.
I
funny,
will
Asher.
move 10 feet forward, though.
Perfect timing.
Okay.
So
Perfect
continuing that posture
Incredible.
of moving to the right and then slowly moving forward, I'll angle from one up to the other. And real quickly, John,
Yes.
are there any particular items that are above the head of the individual?
Well, there's a
Just
tree.
that's next.
Yeah, there's a tree. You do see, I mean, it's pretty accurate what you see here on the screen.
Okay.
There's a tree to his right, your left. There looks like some sort of potted plant behind. But then there is an overhang. Whoops, sorry, I went too far with that. Let me scroll back out. There we go. There is an overhang. There's a sign behind and to the left, but not directly over his head.
Okay. Okay. Well, I will just take a nice targeted shot on his torso.
Roll to hit. No, there's no chandelier, Mikey B. They're outside. What's that?
22 to hit.
A 22 to hit. All right, Anaho, you're pretty good with that bow. Yes, rhymes. Roll damage, please.
3.
All right, Liam, as you rush up the stairs, you suddenly see feathers sprout from the shoulder of this figure that you're rushing up to. You don't know where these shots are coming from, but you see that you have friends here that are assisting in this combat.
You do notice, Liam, that the feathers are particularly abnormal. They are actually a deep red in color.
What are you to get what's going on?
All right, and with that, it is the enemy combatant's attack. And he had his crossbow leveled at Liam, but he saw, probably at Taldar, but he saw Liam rushing up the stairs as well. He turns the bow toward Liam, fearing as Liam approaches him. Your armor class, Liam?
Not great. My armor class is a 13.
That is a hit. So as you rush up the stairs, 6 points of damage. Crossbow, thunk, strikes you right in the shoulder. You feel it pierce through your skin, another scar, you think to yourself, but it does provoke an attack of opportunity as you've sprinted up there. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Confirm the fumble.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Okay, that's not a fumble. That's too bad. I was really hoping. I mean, maybe it isn't.
What is
or
it?
Maybe it
What
is.
was the
It was
second
a
roll?
20 to hit on the second
Oh,
one.
yeah, definitely not a fumble. All right.
Okay, that's good.
So you're kind of slipping. You have a good shot at him, but as that crossbow bolt, boom, sticks in your shoulder, rocks you back, you swing and you miss. And we go to initiative.
I'm trying to help you.
That'd be Arizia again.
Yeah. Ooh, and that's a 6 for the DM.
Oh
3.
no.
All right. So he drops the crossbow and pulls a sword. I'll allow that action for one attack. That's because he's not trying to put the crossbow away, or he's just like dropping it, yanking the sword out. In 6 seconds, he can still do that and attack.
Maybe it's still like, I don't want to. Don't stop it.
Oh my gosh!
Nat 20.
Another nat 20 on the
Kill
time.
Liam.
What's going
Kill
on?
Liam. Come on, here we go.
Evelyn, did you send your dice to John? What the
No.
heck?
Yeah, and you said your armor class was a what again? A 15?
13.
A 13? That's a crit.
He needs to go over there and put
as he panics.
John's
What?
dice.
He panics.
All right.
He drops the crossbow to the ground. He pulls out the blade.
John tries to figure out how to get new artwork for next week.
Yep.
Not a
This is
problem,
amazing.
guys. I've never wanted freshly painted minis or freshly minted artwork to be a reason to feel safe.
This is amazing.
Hold on. Is that what I
That's
think
never a
that
good
is? Is
sign.
that what I think that is?
No.
Liam does not have high
But I have
HP.
so many memes for Liam.
Liam
I've been
has
putting
high
them in this
HP or low HP. He's gone.
Oh no.
Is he dead? This is so good.
How
This
many
is
did
not
you hit
good.
him for?
Do you know how
I'll have
much
a new
work
character ready by
I've
next
put
week,
into
hopefully.
this?
How much did Tim pay you, John?
No,
All right,
Tim,
there
is
is
no
stick figure
influence.
artwork for you. Is that okay?
I did
He's
not
gonna be a
fudge.
cook.
I did not fudge. I don't fudge. Anyone's watched me play, I don't fudge. I don't like fudging. Son of
I
a
want to know
sea
how much Tim
biscuit.
paid you to TPK the party.
Well, I don't think a TPK is in danger here. There's one remaining character, but there is a PK in danger here.
He's gone. There's no way. There's no way.
Don't talk like that.
You do not need to deal that much damage to him for him to be gone.
Have
Just
faith,
be,
damn it.
Just
Have
be
faith.
No, I
quiet.
want him to die. This
Just
will be
be
so
quiet.
What's your
good.
con
Just be
modifier?
quiet.
Josh.
Just
Plus
be quiet.
one.
No,
Josh,
I
tell me what
loved.
your
You can
character
go
No,
is.
to
Josh,
negative
you don't know
11.
how much I loved your accent. I loved your backstory. I'm already in
What's your
past
point?
tense here.
It's
Saying
alright.
goodbye already.
It's
I
pretty much.
loved-
I got
I
our
loved-
Tom Hardy.
So-
yeah, you allowed it to happen.
So for everyone on stream, The attack roll was a nat 20. The confirmation roll was a 14. That would include no bonuses. So it was a nat 14. He has an armor class of 13. This person does not have a negative to hit bonus, so it is definitely a crit. I rolled 94 on the critical hit. That is a level 14 to the crit body.
Man.
As so,
Went down faster than Gimbal.
all of your eyes are focused on what's happening here on these stairs as you see this bodyguard run up the stairs, kind of a swagger, telling this person that he's trying to help him. The crossbow hits the ground, a blade comes out, and as quick as you can blink, I'll read the crit and then I'll tell you what actually happens. But the crit says level 14.
If you do want me on the stream, John, I get it. You can easily just tell me.
The point of the weapon punches up underneath the lower ribs, lacerating the opponent's heart. You can only stare in shock as he crumbles to the ground, dying inevitably. Liam, as you rush up, you pull back, missing with the first swing. Crossbow bolt, boom, sticks in your arm. The blade, as you rush forward, it's your own momentum. You carry yourself onto the blade. It bursts out the back of your chest. Blood, heart's blood, arterial, purplish, spurting out of your body, and you see the bodyguard for Lady Luck tumble back down the stairs and slump to the ground. Now we're gonna go.
Before he does that, can he please get punctured and be like, I guess I'm not so lucky.
We just had 2 people redeem full heals for Liam, by the way.
No, let him die.
2 people, both Seacars and Manda did full heals.
But
using
is that
their
a
channel
full heal
points.
if he's dead?
Yeah,
Or full heal?
I've not allowed full heals to circumvent certain death, and I don't want any of our viewers to feel like you were taken advantage of. So we can talk about that if you want any refunds on things. We'll resolve Liam's demise, but you see he falls in a puddle of blood spurting out. He utters these words, and Taldar, what are you going to do now?
So Taldar still got his axe.
Yep.
And this half orc comes near him. Girl's here. He's going to swing his axe around. He's not going to swing at her. He's just going to prep himself. He's going to look at her. You don't look like the others.
What others?
He'll look down at the ground.
I'm not with them. And she'll just like bite it. Still making eye contact, but will bite into her melon.
And Taldar will look back at the young one behind him. And he'll relax a little bit.
She's still got that dagger out, but when she sees you, Taldar, communicating with this half-orc, she seems to relax just a bit. Now, we're going to go back to Moria. You still see this one who is atop. He has just put a sword through the bodyguard, who now has his life's blood pumping out in the cobblestones of the Plaza of Delights in Relastra's Barbarian Quarter. What are you doing?
All right. So how far am I from the dying man?
Oh, you're, dying or dead, you're about 15, 20 feet
Well,
from him.
I don't know
Yeah,
either.
right, that's right. But you're a cleric. You know the volume of blood pouring out of him is not a good sign. I'll say that.
Yeah, that's why she wants to get to him quickly.
Okay.
So, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know. I don't think I can get there. Too far away.
Get longer legs.
Rude. Well, I'm gonna move as far as I can, and and still be able to cast this round.
All right.
So the 10 feet.
So that would put you. That would put
towards
you.
him.
Yeah, that would put you 10 feet away from him.
All right. So, and then I'm going to cast Channel Energy for everybody in the 30-foot radius.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll. By the way, chat. I'm sorry I'm not responding. You guys are killing it. These comments are so funny. Lots of heart comments. He put his full heart into it. It's but a flesh wound. Heart-rending ending. See, like all of you guys are. I'm not seeing much sympathy in the chat, but it's very funny.
All right. Well, I rolled a 6 for my D6, so 6 points to everybody with it that is allied to me within the 30-foot radius.
All right. So again, within just a space of seconds, you, Taldar, you, Rizia, you feel this strange divine touch. This time, healing your wounds, Taldar. You see the huge gash across you starts to mend, and the flesh seams together. Now we go back to Anaho.
How many points? I'm sorry, I missed it.
6.
6.
Sorry,
Oh, and
thank you.
well, sorry, real quick the description for that because I want to do. She kind of is still holding on to the holy symbol, and she closes her eyes and she's whispering a silent prayer as she's channeling that energy and sends a hand outward.
Very nice. So, Anaho, what are you doing?
Know what Anaho does. So he's gonna take another 10 feet, stepping forward.
Okay.
As he, at the same time, going to draw another arrow back and shoot the guy with the crossbow.
Roll to hit, Anaho.
Oh yeah, that guy's still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Wow, I thought Rizia was the enemy.
Maybe I do better when I got allies by people. So I got a 14 on this one.
Okay, that's still a
that
hit.
it?
That's a hit.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
Roll damage, please. You guys forget you're back to level 1. Things are
Yeah,
different,
but
and you're
you
just
just
dealing with.
never know.
These are common ruffians too, so you're not dealing with. I shouldn't say common ruffians. You see, they have insignia, as I said earlier, but. All right, what's the damage?
A nice old 1.
Oh my
You
goodness.
Gotta love the
graze.
short bow.
You graze his rib. Thank you for following, Pure Gonzo. Welcome to the Mad Chatters, the most elite group of D&D Twitch chat in all of the Twitchosphere. By the way, if you have not yet, type !Greyhawk in the chat. We're going to kick off. We're going to do our giveaway here in just a few minutes of this Glossography box set. And I want to say thank you to everyone for such fantastic support tonight. I believe that concludes all the PCs. Did I miss anyone? All right, initiative. Here we go.
That
next?
goes to Anaho.
Yeah,
Come on, Anaho, you got this.
DM has a 3.
Which
Oh, it's Anaho rolling. Oh, never mind.
Got a 4.
Okay,
Yeah.
you have initiative. This time, let's start with Moria. She is closest to the target. She has just cast her spell.
Oh Lord.
And you see another arrow pierce, kind of slide across his side. And hang on here. Yeah, he stands in. He is not running. He now trains his crossbow at you're closest. As he sees you moving forward, clearly providing aid, he pulls the crossbow and turns it toward you, Moria.
All right. Well, I don't like that very much. So let's see what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I am going to close the remaining 10 feet.
Okay. So you're now standing by the body, pumping blood into the cobblestones.
Yep, and because I'm not stupid enough to cast a spell while I'm in close range, because she's smarter than that. She's been in battle before. She's going to take her mace and she's going to round it up a bit and try to thwack him right across the jaw here.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm gonna.
So hang on. So I'm sorry. The 10 feet would have gotten you. I was not probably clear. Gotten you to
Sorry.
Liam. I don't know if you can see it on the
I
screen.
thought he
there.
was in right by the person that was with the sword.
No, but he fell down the stairs when he was.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm sorry.
I
Yeah,
missed
that
that
probably
part.
wasn't clear. So if you can see on the Twitch screen, you'll see Liam's body is collapsed on the cobblestones.
All right.
He fell down the stairs.
Gotcha.
You can get to this person, but it's another, let's call it 20 feet, 15 feet, but 20 feet was sort of the uphill tilt
That-
to the stairs. So you can get up there, but you would not
I
get a
wouldn't be
mace
able to
attack.
attack.
Right.
Um,
So you're at the base of the stairs looking up, blood pooling around your feet. You see the crossbow trained right down upon
all
you.
right. Well, then in this case, she's going, since he's at her feet now, she's going to reach down and say, Bernard, help me. And she's going to cast Rebuke Death on Liam.
Ah, all right. We will resolve that in a moment. Thank you, Kajur. Another Mad Chatter joined. Now we're going to go to Taldar. Taldar, you're still facing the child, who seems to relax a bit. The half-orc barbarian standing next to you. What do you do?
So Taldar is going to grab the child under his arm, lifting her up,
Okay.
and try and take cover to the nearest location that he can reach, so that the guy up on the stairs cannot actually visually see him.
Yeah, so that's pretty easy to see here. There's a tree that has cobblestone stacked up around it to create sort of a courtyard effect next to all the merchant stalls here in the courtyard. So you grab her, and that's a good 25, 30 feet of movement, easy for you to sprint. Barbarians have, of course, additional movement, and she is a waif, so she adds really no encumbrance to you. You tuck her behind. So you see this, Rizia, the tattooed, scarred, huge man, blood dripping from his axe, snatches up the little child and darts behind this cobblestone courtyard abutment around the tree. What do you do?
She'll follow him.
Okay. You move.
And
Are you still eating the melon?
Oh, I still have melon in hand. I don't know how
Okay.
many bites I think I've taken a total of like 3 or 4.
Yeah, you're fine. You got melon left.
I'm assuming it's a good sized melon. I did crack it in half. It seems like he's not really, the guy up on the stairs isn't really engaged with her, so she'll just kind of walk normally towards him. And she'll look at Taldar. What is it that's going on? Like,
Taldar-
why-
Oh, go ahead.
Why? Who is that man? And why is he attacking her? And she'll look at the little girl.
I just had a piece of bread, that's all.
She needed help, and I helped her.
You stole bread, is it that you said? And they're attacking you for a bread?
She nods, and you see big tears go down her cheeks. She's still hiding behind Taldar's hip.
How much is that bread that you stole?
She holds up what looks like half a loaf, about this big, white bread. Now we're going to switch over to Anaho. Anaho, you still see the crossbowman. He has not moved. He's still training it on the dwarven woman who appears to be trying to help the man bleeding at the bottom of the stairs. Anaho, what do you do? Pick Liam up as a shield.
This is so different. I'm gonna move 10 feet forward and to the left at an angle. So by that cart.
Yeah. And for those of you that may be new followers, what he means by so different, Rory has played a mage for the past 57, 56 episodes of Greyhawk Awakening, and not having long distance spell casting ability and all of the flexibility that comes with that is a different situation for him.
Yeah. what's on top of this cart? Can I see what's on? Am
To
I
your
too short
left?
to see?
Yeah, so you see it was a produce cart. It looks like a basket of apples was overturned just a few moments ago. They're spilling out on the ground. There are some grapes. Looks like there is a barrel that might have some kind of liquid in it. The merchant is huddled down below. No sign of them as they hunker down behind the cart.
Okay. No, like, so I see, at least in the picture, that it looks to be a candle. Is that some kind of lantern, or is it an actual candle?
Yeah, there's a lantern sitting on it because it's getting to be dusk. So there, as I said earlier, there's an amber glow. They've already just started to set out some lights and lanterns in preparation for dusk.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Lantern with like a field source in it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good to know. Okay, I'll after I move that 10 feet, I take note of the lantern right there, to my left, and I'll pull back another wonderful D4 arrow.
Roll to hit.
Yes. 21.
21. That hits. All right. Go ahead and roll damage.
Another red fletchling arrow is going to do another 1 point of damage.
All right. Your arrow strafes across his other shoulder as he staggers back. Oh, his eyes go wide and he turns and starts to run back down the other side of the terrace from whence he came.
Oh, I'll take after it.
So you're going to run to chase?
Heck yeah.
All right. So Moria,
My tiny legs are going to go.
you see at first what looks like a child, but as the child gets closer, you see, in fact, it is a halfling with a rather sneering look on his face. Not that friendly looking, actually. And he begins to sprint up the stairs, muttering to himself as he runs past you.
I don't know if... sorry, Evelyn, how do you say your name?
Moria.
I don't know if Moria will understand, but he will, John, in a language, utter some words, and you just hear it in this bit of a low, grovelly voice as he passes you. You can tell that he's focused forward when he's saying it, so probably not saying it at you, but he's definitely muttering some words.
Moria, you don't recognize the language, but go ahead and make a knowledge check for me around
Right.
language anyway.
Which one of my knowledge things would I use?
Let's do knowledge. Let's do knowledge local. No, let's do
Local?
linguistic. I'm sorry. Let's do linguistics.
Linguistic?
My bad. Yep.
Oh, right. That's a separate thing. How
Yep.
about that? It's a 14.
You don't recognize this language. It sounds coarse in your ears, though, as he runs past, and it's clear whatever is being said is nothing nice, but he runs past you. All right, so we're going to go out of initiative for the people down below. We'll come back to it for Anaho in a moment. Back to Taldar. You're now in the courtyard, standing with this little girl. This woman stands across from you that you've never seen before, and... the little girl still clutches your legs, even as she proffers the size of the piece of bread that she's taken.
Taldar's going to study the half-orc. Eyes kind of narrow, brow furrowed. Name.
Rizia. You can call me Riz.
Why didn't you help?
Why should I help? What's happening? We don't know what's happening. Seems odd. Those three attacking a small girl over a loaf of bread. Why does she have a dagger?
Every child should have a weapon.
You there, girl? Where did you steal that loaf of bread from?
I don't like the word steal. It was and more. I lifted it a bit, I guess, and I just took it from the bakery stand just beyond there. Me and my family, we ate a week, and I was just so hungry.
The dead ones. They looked fine. You don't attack young ones.
Right.
Oh.
Right. What he said. They should attack little ones like me. I'm helpless, can't you see? Oh, this is my little pig sticker. You need these on the streets here in Relastra. Dangerous place. I just tried to keep safe and find food for my family.
Rizia will take the other half of the melon that she hasn't eaten, and she'll give it to the little girl. If it's food that you want, take it.
She looks up at you as you hold it out. Is that vegetables? I ain't want no vegetables.
This is not a vegetable, it's a fruit.
Ain't that the same thing?
No, definitely not.
All right, we'll hold that for a second. Let's come back to Moria. Moria, you stand over this body. You have tried to rebuke death. As you reach down and you place your fingers on his throat, you do feel that your healing has closed and staunched the blood, but the pulse, you feel... It's actually a halfling in disguise. Anaho, you rush up the stairs. You see this figure disappear around the tree. What do you do?
So as I was running up, put my bow away and grab my dagger that I have on my side. I pull it out and I ready it as I'm rounding the corner, right?
Okay.
It wraps around the building.
Mm-hmm.
Being prepared in case someone's there, especially from my experiences, expecting someone to be there. When I round that corner, dagger in hand, do I see anyone?
No, as you round the corner with your dagger in hand, you see the fleeing crossbowman actually has his hands on his hips and is preparing to make the 15-foot leap off of this ledge onto the cobbles below.
How far is he from me?
He's 10 feet away.
Okay. So dagger in hand, the dagger in my hand has a sheen black blade to it, wrapped with a red cloth, red leather, crimson red, with some deep purple inlets of some sort of a gem, and I will run that 10 feet and not grab him because I'm little, but stab at him and hopefully, one way or the other, hopefully pull him back is my goal. Is to scare him back.
Two different things. So he's at the ledge.
Yep.
He's in the downward motion. He's got his blade in one hand. The crossbow's laying on the ground. He's got his blade in one hand. He's getting ready to leap. Are you trying to grab him to stop him? Are you trying to stab him? What are you doing?
I'll stab him to push him over. Let's go with that.
Okay. All right. Roll the hit, please.
I guess I gotta equip my dagger. So that means
Mad Chatters, please type !Greyhawk in the chat for the giveaway.
16 to hit.
Okay, yeah, you're flanking him too, so he doesn't see you coming up. He hears you, but he's prepping for the jump. You plunge your blade. Roll damage. Making it a point. Nice, Grindelwolf.
That'd be 3 points of damage from my beautiful dagger.
All right. This is death by 1,000 cuts for Anaho. But Anaho, he was already at the precipice. I'll let you tell me what it looks like.
So with my tiny stubby legs and my tiny stubby arms, I'll sneak up right behind him, looking at the portion of the back of the knee, aiming right for that joint. And again, in that language, I'll utter a few words and stab my dagger right into the back of the knee, pushing as far into the kneecap joint.
He falls over the edge. You see him fall that remaining 15 feet. You slice through the tendons in the back of his knee. You hear a pop, an area you're quite familiar with, and you know you have done yeoman's work as he slumps, falls over and collapses onto the cobbles below in a pool of blood.
Once he goes over, I'll take the dagger and I'll pull my cloak, clean off the blade, grab the pommel in both hands, bow, and stick it back in the sheath, and head back.
You do this, muttering your strange syllables, and as you move back down the stairs, wiping your dagger off, you see there appears to be a conversation happening over to one side, where the large man with the axe that is quite bloody is talking with the half-orc woman, and there seems to be a child, the one you saw earlier, that is clutching to the large man's thigh. The dwarf is huddled over the bloody figure, actually one you know. You recognize. This is the same one 2 months ago that tried to accost you as you tried to get inside the Lady Luck, and he now lays in a pool of blood.
Look over the railing, see the two down by the girl. Look over, see the dwarf. Slowly pulling the cloak, not in an uncomfortable, odd way, but pulling the cloak over my dagger with the bow strung over my back, and start to walk in a very I'm here kind of fashion, letting Maria know that I'm right here.
Moria, you hear him come down, and we'll come back to you in a moment. Let's go back now to Taldar and Rizia. Resume the conversation.
So did the girl take the watermelon, John?
No, she was not convinced that vegetables and fruits were not the same thing, and she wrinkled her nose a bit and tucks herself back behind Taldar.
Taldar is going to reach out for the watermelon.
Let's just call it a melon. Yep.
I'm sorry, the melon.
Which melon are you reaching out for?
The one that you've been eating.
Oh my gosh. Vivi has been waiting for that all night. So, look, we run a good stream here, but a little bit of pleasant ribaldry on occasion is okay. Well played, Vivi.
I was just curious if she was gonna grab the one that I was trying to give to her, the one I was eating. That's what I was.
Yeah, that one.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
No,
That's
Vivi,
exactly
I've
the
seen
one.
you several times tonight, so just stop. Don't try to play me like that. All right, move on, Terry.
So Taldar is going to take the melon. He's going to lean to his side. Take it. You need this too.
The little girl looks up at you and the authority in your voice, or perhaps the actions you took earlier, she reaches up and she takes it from you. All right then, but it looks nasty.
Taldar looks back at Rizia. Thank you.
You're welcome. What do you want to do with the bodies?
He peeks around the tree.
As you peek around the tree, you see the dwarven cleric, clearly now you knew the touch of a cleric, is huddled over the bleeding body that had rushed up the stairs. But you see there are some urchins and some beggars that are already sort of creeping forward to these bodies, preparing to recover whatever they can from them.
The bodies will be taken care of. The others over there, they seem to have tried to help too.
Do you know
No.
them?
No, I'm new to here. New
Sorry.
to this.
I didn't catch your name. What is it? What's your name?
He looks at her for a moment, trying to judge her, judge what she's trying to find out.
Sure, roll sense motive.
Damn, this is a good night for me.
That makes
That's
one of us.
Taldar and Hans.
Tall, dark, and handsome. That's
gonna-
awesome, Robert.
It's gonna be a 19.
I'm 19. All right.
amazing.
So Rizia, I'm just going to say that he has successfully sensed what your intent is. What does he sense?
Just plain curiosity.
I go by Taldar Greatbane. I'm not from these parts. I don't know those people, but I know people. I can tell when people are trying to help. And they were. The one doesn't look too good.
All right. To the one that doesn't look too good. Did you have anything else you were going to say, Rizia?
Nope. Let's get to the one that doesn't look so.
All right. So I really don't like killing PCs in session one. And I don't like things with the dice that are pure sort of fate-based. Normally in my game, death is a combination of poor choices by the player, mistakes in tactics. We've talked about this. We've had some of these things happen in our previous streams. I don't really think that Liam did anything wrong. However, I think the standard for a first level player is different, and there is no changing the fact that he charged up those steps and ran himself onto a blade.
He's just admiring the floor up close.
Moria. All the healing power that you have poured into this body is to no avail. Liam, he, of 4 rounds of combat, is dead. Go ahead, Rory.
Rory, do you have a needle or something I could?
Oh yeah, I got a dagger, but
Just stab him a couple times for make sure.
so when an owl comes down and Moria is doing this, Moria, do you have like what's your face? What does your face say? It's like sense motive or whatever, but
I can tell you, it would be
Yeah.
obvious. She is, her hand would still be upon him because she just tried to rebuke death. So you see her focusing a moment longer, and another moment,
Mhm.
another moment, just waiting to see if anything. And then she looks crestfallen.
So you're gonna see a Naho with a very smooth movement of his body and of his hands. He'll start to move away the shirt or pockets, starting to loot Liam.
What do you think you're doing?
How about you stop with your touching? It does no good. He's done. Look at him.
You don't rob somebody who's died.
They do nothing with what they have. Now,
you can at least let him. We can pay for his burial with this.
Sure.
You can't just
no-
start picking through his pockets.
no
How
need-
disrespectful do you have to be?
No need to use my gold to bury a stranger. I'm sure he's got some.
Yes, so why are you digging through his pockets?
To help bury this dead body and get it off the streets where it's going to attract those around us.
You don't need to go through his pockets to take his money out. We can deal with it properly.
This whole time I'm still looking through the pockets.
All right. Josh, please tell Anaho what he finds.
Well, before that, I would hope that other people, my spotters on the street, have gotten to his body, as well as the sound of a growl.
All right, so there's a couple things that are going to happen here. As he's rifling through, again, this is all happening much quicker than it feels like here.
Yeah.
This is a matter of seconds. So, yes, he is rifling through your pockets. Go ahead and tell him what he's finding, but I am not obtuse to what you're saying.
So you would find a small buckler on him, a sling, a light mace, 20 stone bullets for the sling, hand wraps, his nice studded leather armor, well oiled. You'd find a bone, well chewed. You'd find small, dry, like snacks or treats or something. It's in a leather baggie.
I'm not liking what I'm finding. I'm still going, but I'm not liking it.
All right, so we're going to stop right there with what you're finding, because that's enough time for you to search. As you're doing this, you do, in fact, hear... And you look to your right, and you see a three-legged dog hobbling towards you, snarling.
It's okay, little doggy. And I'll reach into that leather pouch with the snacks. Go, it's okay. And toss it some snacks.
Okay. All right. Moria, and anything you're doing as you watch all this happen, you've already sort of protested the looting, but he continues. You do see this dog hobbling up urgently. It's missing its front right leg.
She is just completely like appalled by this halfling's behavior. Like flat out, like just appalled, and she just kind of and just walks away. Like, what sort of place is this?
Don't move too quick. And if I want to look through the pockets, we wouldn't have found the treats to calm this dog down. So don't move too fast.
I wouldn't be worried about my safety around the dog. I'm not the one looting through his owner's pockets like you seem to be doing.
I'm just gonna ignore it and go, it's okay, doggy. And give it some more treats.
All right. I'll come back to that in a moment. Back to Taldar and Rizia. You're seeing all this happen. The young girl has put her dirk away, but she clutches the bread in one hand, the melon in the other, still hiding behind Taldar.
Taldar's going to look back.
Where is your home?
Oh, I ain't got a home. I'm what? As one of them that lives on the streets. What? Have you got a home I could sleep in?
And when she says that, you can see, Riz can see, his eyes kind of darken. And he's thinking, he's remembering. And there's something that affects him, and he looks back at her.
I have no home. Where do you sleep?
You see A look of disappointment crosses her face when you say you have no home. And she shrugs.
A bit here, a bit of there. Alleyway sometimes, wherever a body can find.
Rizia, you're hearing all this. Are you saying anything or doing anything?
Nope.
How so perfect that Vivi's character spends the entire episode eating. So well played.
Taldar's gonna
Then stay with me for now.
and he's gonna start walking towards the group that is over there with Mario and Anaho and the dead body.
Arizia will follow.
Okay.
And he's gonna walk slowly. I mean, he's not, again, at no point have you seen him rush into anything. And he's just gonna walk, and he sees the other young one there looting the body, and the short one, and he'll say to the short one,
Is he dead?
We're both short. You're gonna have to be more specific.
no,
He referred to a
Anaho
child.
is the young one.
Yeah, the young one, the child, the young one. Yeah, you're the short one, he's the young one.
He seems to be.
And
Nothing I could do.
at that, Taldar's going to kneel down, reach into his satchel that's a little pouch that's on his side, and he's going to pull out a small totem, a little wooden totem that's been carved. And it's a rough carving of a what appears to be a warrior of some type preparing to battle. And he's going to set it on the body's chest. And he's just going to say,
You fought well.
and then he's going to stand back up.
As you do this, you see the dog now. It's sat back on its haunches, propped up with its one front leg. As the treats fall in front of it, it ignores Anaho. It ignores the treats. You see some other men begin to move from the Lady Luck slowly, looking furtively around. And the hound lifts its muzzle to the Relastran skies, and with a howl that cries out across the Solnor Ocean, and it slumps down at the body of Liam. And that is where we will end Greyhawk Awakening Book 2. Someone said it's going to be a short book. Whew, all right, guys. Liam, I'm utterly upset. I do not like killing players, but I was so excited about Liam. I love the backstory. I love the accent. You are crushing it tonight with that. So you have to promise me whatever you make, because I'm not just not kicking you off. I'm not letting you go from Blue Box. You are going to stay. I'll hunt you down in California if I have to. But you're going to have to promise us something which will be as epic as the little glimpse that we got of Liam tonight, because he was amazing, and I am super, super sad. But it was just the dice were so strong tonight. And look, first level characters are vulnerable, and it is something that can happen. You rush up the stairs and the sword plops out and goes through your chest, and it just sucks. So, as we conclude tonight, we'll give our chatters a chance to type !Greyhawk in the chat. We had 2 people that gave full heals. I know you have those. If you can make sure we have those written down, Evelyn, I will reach out to those viewers. Ideally, we'll give them either as XP or we'll add them as full heals later in the campaign. So I will not let anything that the viewers have given tonight be lost. But I don't run the kind of stream where if someone's already in the throes of death, it's already happened, that a viewer can suddenly just pop in some bits and, you know, resurrect, or it's not a video. I hope that doesn't sound, I don't mean it like disrespectfully. I just don't want, I want the viewers to influence the game. I don't want them to have that kind of utter control over the fate of the players in the game. Hope that makes sense. So we'll make sure that we take care of it. And an avenging relative. Oh, thank you, Mikey B. Yeah, so no, I there's all kinds of memes about that. Like, what was the one that was in our Discord? That group where the cocky guy gets killed at the table, the dwarf who was the Lord of all credit. Oh, I slayed this and all with Kraken and whatever, and then like his twin comes out. I'm not expecting Liam's twin, but I am expecting something amazing. Josh, would you like to say any final words about Liam as we get ready for the giveaway? I'd like you to share just a bit with the viewers about, you know, Liam's backstory. You don't have to go into all of it, but you spent a lot of time crafting this character, and he died in record time.
Yep, I'm pretty impressed, to say the least. It sucks. I think my heart is most broken at Lucky, his dog, being left behind, because he doesn't really understand what's going on. Liam, the reason he has the scar on his left forearm as well as the missing pinkies because of Lucky. He found Lucky when he was making his rounds to collect some money from someone that owed the brothel some money, and the dog was protecting his master, even though the dog was like, its left or right front leg was infected and messed up and it was malnourished, but still protected the owner. And once he had pretty much dealt with the owner, he turned around to leave, and the dog was still blocking his path. And the dog, he went to pet it, and it chomped down and tore off his pinky. And he was like, gosh dang. But then he goes for it again. The dog bites into his forearm, and he holds the dog's head there, and he carries him back to the brothel. And because Liam was one of the head workers and protectors of the brothel, he was one of the workers there, and he didn't care much for family, blood relatives, but it was those that he met in the brothel that he loved. There were 38 workers in total. There were 14 men. 38 women.
I have 14. The names from Josh of every single worker in that brothel. When I talk about the amount of effort that goes into this character creation and how I feel as a DM about these characters and why I don't take this lightly when they die, I don't. If you saw all the work that Josh put into this character, it is epic. And Lucky, we'll see. Lucky is not gone from the campaign.
Got us a new party pet, guys. Let's go.
My next character is going to try and adopt that dog somehow. I'm not letting. Oh no!
You might have some competition in the party, but no. Lucky was such a great part of your backstory, and I am really, really saddened by the loss of Liam tonight. So as I said, you're going to have to come up with something utterly epic. Hang on here, let me...
Phantom NJ, it's a reverse John Wick. The dog. I'm going to play the dog, and the dog's going to hunt down.
Yes.
I like it. All right, so as we conclude tonight, Josh, thank you for being such a good sport. It wouldn't have mattered, but the fact that you were so okay in the process, it was going to happen anyway, but it makes it easier for a DM to tell the story. And I cannot ignore, nat 20, confirmed crit, 94 on the die, first level character, rushing up the stairs, already wounded.
Yeah. And he rolled a nat 1 the time before, so it just worked out perfectly.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about that too. That's a good point. All right,
I did then.
All right, it is time to conclude our stream here tonight. Thank you for hanging with us. We went a little longer than I expected, but with what happened with Liam, I thought we really had to resolve that. We couldn't just stop in the middle of that. So let's talk about Stream MVP. So that's going to be 500 experience points tonight for whoever wins our Stream MVP. And then we will roll for our big giveaway tonight, which is the Glossography World of Greyhawk, and I am just so thankful to viewers tonight. We've hung in the 80s, the 90s. It's been a really great stream all night long. Level 5 hype train, 300% of a level 5. Lots of bits given, lots of support, crazy chattery, lots of new followers. I want to say thank you to everyone that has joined Blue Box tonight and supported. As we prep for Stream MVP and our giveaway, I do have one question for all of you. If you're watching the stream tonight and you're not one of our many new followers, or if you're a follower and you have not subbed, or, heaven forbid, a sub whose sub has expired, we have one question for you, Legasp. What are you doing? Come on, give us a follow, give us a sub here at Blue Box. We appreciate all the support we get from the community, and thank you, everyone. Type !Greyhawk in the chat, and let's start with you, Anaho. Why should you be Stream MVP?
Yeah, so I should be Stream MVP because I made 3 100-foot-ish shots, and a couple of them, pretty risky to take, but they hit their target. Then running up the stairs with my tiny legs, made it to the other individual because no one should escape, and got him in the back of the leg and killed him. And I think, yep, that's what I got.
Nicely
and then
done.
looting Liam also.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone was a fan of that. All right,
You
and so
can't say we all were.
sense motive, please, Evelyn. All right, so
I never knew him. He's just another guy. Well, I kind of met him.
you are going to be rolling for Lord Forth. William is in the giveaway for the box set. Yeah, the 500 XP could go to Lucky. We shall see. Let's go to Taldar. Why should you be Stream MVP tonight, Taldar? And Handsome?
Taldar and handsome. I love
Brown chicken, brown cow. So Taldar should be MVP tonight for a variety of reasons. Noticing what was going on with the young one, and initially stepping in to hopefully resolve any type of conflict there was. And there was a conflict indeed, with multiple vicious blows of his great axe, allowing brains to splat forth upon the ground and an axe to dive deep within a shoulder, killing 2 terrible men who want to do nothing but harm a young one. Then the interesting RP with the melon holder that occurred, and explaining to the young one that she should eat melon as well as bread, because melon is good. And then finally approaching someone that he saw was indeed a fighter of sorts, a warrior such as himself, and leaving a totem with his body because of what he attempted to do.
Nicely done. And great session tonight, Terry. Taldar, you will be rolling for Pat Draws, our incredible producer of all kinds of amazing artwork and a consistent mad chatter. Pat Draws is in the giveaway. Let's go to Rizia. Why should you be Stream MVP tonight, Rizia?
Rizia should be Stream MVP tonight for eating on stream.
All night
Although
long.
Vivi in person did not eat on stream. My character, however, did eat on stream. A very different character for me to play, not jumping into battle. It's very telling of her character. And you guys will find out sooner or later, if I don't die, why she doesn't just jump into battle quickly. Taking her time to assess the scene as she normally did. Questioning the girl as to why she was being chased by the men and why she had a dagger, and just ogling and sharing her melons with Taldar and Handsome.
You just can't help yourself, Vivi. You can't help yourself. That's fine.
That's it.
All right, so I'm going to let Josh go ahead and tell us why Liam should be Stream MVP. If you are chosen by the fans, I will still do a first and second place because I know how easily the fans are swayed by a player that a PC that dies. But I still want you to be able to talk about what Liam did tonight. And you have Vivi, you will be rolling for real quick here. You are rolling for Killer Crabman. Killer Crabman just followed us in August. Killer Crabman, are you still with us? You must be present to win. I've already seen Pat Draws. And yeah, okay, good. And Killer Crabman, let us know if you're in. All right, why should Liam be stream MVP?
This is not fair. Liam should be stream MVP because he really did not want to have a bloody quarrel. He didn't want another person to be killed. Like, yeah, these streets are used to fights and like bloody stuff, but like straight up murder, like, yeah, used to that as well. But like in the daylight, that's what's crazy. But Liam he didn't want to see someone else die, so he was trying to keep that one guy from pretty much killing himself, but then he ended up getting killed. And then the last moments with Lucky, just his faithful, very faithful dog, still by his side even in the end. And I vote John for stream MVP for that heartbreaking howl at the end. But that's it. That's all I got.
No, and I think, look, there was something also that Liam recognized, but it was in the last moments of his death, and it will not be uttered now. He never had a chance. He has been the longest-term denizen of Relastra, and there was something that he recognized about these men as he got close to this one. So, Josh, you will be rolling for Natasha. Oh, let's go from all the way across the world. Congratulations, Natasha. Let us know if you're still with us. And yes, you are. Okay. So Josh, you're rolling for her. All right. Moria, why should you be stream MVP?
Well, Moria should be stream MVP for her RP with Liam at the very beginning. Being very confused by this random person propositioning her on the street. And then going to the aid of these people who seem to need help, because first and foremost, that is what she is here for. She believes in helping people. The heals that she gave to the party, her attempt to command the guy to her, though it failed, it would have been very useful. However, and then not metagaming Liam's death and casting Rebuke Death because she did not know he was dead, and she would have done everything she could try to help him, not knowing that information. And then finally calling out Anaho for pickpocketing someone who just died. I mean, come on, man.
His body was still
warm. A little respect for the dead. Come on.
He could have waited until he was cold.
No, I love that. That was really good as well. All right, so you will be rolling for tonight. We got our last opportunity. Zaya Buckeye, never been in a giveaway, been following since January. Zaya Buckeye, are you still with us?
And John,
yes.
Pat Draws isn't on anymore.
No.
Oh, Pat's not on anymore.
Apparently went to bed a while ago.
Sure.
Oh, okay. We're gonna have to. All right, Zaya Buckeye. No, congratulations. You're in the giveaway.
Zaya Buckeye.
So we'll have to roll again for Pat Draws. Sorry about that. You must be present to win. All of you. And who had Pat? That was you.
That was me.
You, Terry, right? Okay. Here we go. The replacement is Seeker 9. Seeker 9, are you still with us? A brand new sub.
Ooh.
As of tonight.
Show yourself.
Show yourself, Seeker 9. Are you yet with us?
It's fine. I didn't want to roll for anybody anyways. It's fine. Whatever.
Is it something about you that people are avoiding it, Terry?
I guess.
They're just intimidated by Taldar and Handsome, clearly.
Yeah. No, I understand. I would.
Seeker 9 is not with us. Oh, so sad. All right, let's roll again. Stay with us, folks. I see lots of ways. I'm going to make sure in the chat I'm not missing something. All right, here we go. Rolling again. Manda, mystical unicorn painting, she just chatted. You can roll for me. All right, so we have all of them. Let's put the stream MVP vote up. Please vote for our stream MVP tonight. 500 experience points goes a long way for a brand new character here at Greyhawk Awakening.
And any leftover advantages, right? Is the 100 per advantage?
That's right, because we're out of combat. So leftover advantages roll to 100 experience points, and then we'll take care of the full heals, and I'll figure out a way to roll those into the story as we go on. So everything that was given tonight
I
by the
wrote
fans
those down.
will be recognized. So vote for your stream MVP, upper right-hand corner, and then let's start rolling. Go ahead. Let's start with you, Rory Anaho. Tell us who you're rolling for. Okay, Sieglin, once again, it was not watermelon. It was melon.
And that's a sub, right?
That's right. Everyone was subbed.
12.
Oh, we have a 12.
I did my best. I got you a 12.
And I'm sorry, that was for who, Rory?
Lord Fourth?
William. All right, Lord Fourth has
Lord
a
Fourth.
12. Let's go to you, Rizia.
I am rolling for Killer Crabman.
From outer space.
18. Woo!
Ooh, Killer Crabman. That's a nice roll. All right, let's go to you, Terry. Who are you rolling for?
The mystical, the one, the only, the unicorn.
And
Here we go.
I got all kinds of goodies here. All these little knit guys all around me. They're back here. Thank you so much.
Oh, all right. First roll is a 19.
Woo!
Second roll is a 6. So we got a 19.
Oh,
baby.
so now we have a 19.
19.
Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you, everyone, for all the compliments on the stream. That means a lot to us. We really appreciate it here. Liam, go ahead and make your roll, sir.
I'm rolling for Natasha.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
That is going to be just like my rolls for tonight. So not
What?
good. Not good. Just both of them not good.
Not good.
Okay, sorry.
I've taken over Rory's position.
All right. The stream MVP. Ooh, look at that. Taldar and Anaho in the lead. Let's go to you, Evelyn. Who are you rolling for? Let's see what you got.
Zaya Buckeye.
All right, Zaya
I like that
Buckeye.
name. Here comes the 20. You know what's how it
A
happens.
15 and a 19.
Oh, we got a tie.
Oh, we have a roll off. All right, so it is Zaya Buckeye and Killer. I'm sorry, I got the name again. Killer, what is it again?
No,
Have a
mystical.
crab.
Mystical unicorn painting.
Mystical.
Oh,
unicorn.
Mystical Unicorn. That's right. It was not crab. That's right. All right. So Manda and all right. So let's roll off. Let's go with you first, please, Terry.
$11.
All right. So
Great.
Manda has an 11. Zaya has.
And Zaya has
An
a
8.
11.
Oh! I think this is our first ever showdown that has gone to a secondary showdown. So
Also,
let's do it
congrats,
again.
Taldar.
Go ahead.
Yes,
Oh, Taldar is
Thank
stream
you.
MVP. Well done, Rory. All right, so let's. Rory, I'm sorry,
What?
Terry.
Well done.
Terry.
Taldar.
Well done, Rory.
So does this mean Evelyn gets to roll first this time?
Yeah, Evelyn, you go ahead and roll first. That's
Yes.
fair.
All right. Okay.
You got this.
There you go.
You got
There you
this.
go.
Nat 20.
Come on, Evelyn.
Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
19.
What's that?
19.
Oh.
19? Oh my
19.
goodness.
Okay.
That's tough
Hold on,
to
I'm
beat.
shaking. Okay, come on, baby. Be my baby tonight. Be my baby tonight. Oh, that's a 9.
Saya, you have it. Congratulations.
I tried mystical. But
no,
you know,
that
when
was
you're going up against Evelyn.
that
you-
was
that's
so
how it works.
close. Well done. Thank you. All right, so we have our stream MVP. Congratulations to Taldar. Terry, well played. We have our dead PC. Congratulations to Liam. Well played. Also, we have our PC who is almost full of melon. Congratulations to you, Vivi, Rizia. We have our non-metagaming healing everybody yet to no avail. Congratulations and well played to you, Moria. And we have he who deals death by 1,000 paper cuts. Well played, Anaho tonight. Congratulations to all. And we're going to go ahead and perform a raid tonight. Stay with us, please, just for a moment while we raid. And we'll be back next week with the second episode of Book 2. We'll be on tomorrow night with a 3D printing episode. Fraley17 will be here with a 3D printer in room. We're going to give away a 3D print. We're going to also be joined by Mike, DM Dingbat, and it's going to be a great chat. I know this is one that Mike Disney has been looking forward to, so it's going to be a fun night tomorrow night on Lore Masters Arcanum, and then we'll be back next Sunday with our Rune Lords campaign. So lots of Blue Box goodness happening here. Thank you everyone for all the support. And tonight we are going to raid. Who should we raid, guys?
Ooh, tough choices.
Yeah, who's up tonight that we should raid? Any suggestions in chat? Thank you, Toriano. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Killer Crabman. Thank you, Mecha Forum.
Praetor's Rejects, Not Great RPG, Loot Die Repeat.
You know, we haven't raided Praetors in a while. Let's go ahead and raid those guys over there. They're doing Stormlord's Wrath.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see if anyone said... Oh, the Dino Short. No, we got to hit 100 for the Dino Short to come back out, Antiquitous. We didn't quite get there tonight. It was very close, but I don't think we quite hit it. But I'm sure we will again very soon. And yes, the character art should be all in the fan art section of our Discord. I didn't mention the Discord too much, but pop in the Discord, please join.
I just did.
Thank you. Of course you did. And we're starting our raid of Praetor's Rejects. And here we go. Ready to raid.
Ready to raid.
Ready to raid.
Oh, Josh, your background.
Oh.
It's a dead body. I get it because you died.
Yeah, but your body wouldn't be bones yet.
Okay, come on. Let's not be that picky, please.
The raid has been
I
canceled.
wasn't that picky. I didn't take that much.
Bill says the raid is.
No, it's doing weird stuff. It does this to me sometimes. Is it still
Rory,
on?
Josh
Hold
might
on,
have a
let me
bone
pull it
to
up.
pick with.
Yeah, you go ahead and do the raid.
I already picked the bone from him.
Oh my
No,
god.
wrong bone. Wrong bone.
Robbed a bone.
Who are we trying to raid?
Praetor's Rejects.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Bob Bobbington. It was an all Rizia for me. Yes. That's a first-time chatter. Welcome. If you didn't follow us, though, make sure you follow tonight. Yeah, I killed the raid, too. Thanks, Greg. That's not fair. Lucky runs off with the bones. And we're trying again to raid. Here it goes. I see it. 3, 2, 1. Raiding Praetor's Reject now. Blue Box signing out. We'll see you tomorrow night. Lore Masters Arcanum. Bow, chicka, bow, bow. Oh, and somebody followed right there as we did that. Thank you so much, Mr. Bob Bobbington.